Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. So, before we dive into today's episode, which is all things Bravo, we're talking about Mauricio and Kyle's divorce. It's getting weird, desperate, thirsty, and creepy. We are uncovering, and I cannot believe I did not find this out before, but if you didn't believe that Morgan and Kyle's relationship was fake, you are definitely going to believe it after this episode, okay? And then also, Andy Cohen responds to Brandi Glanville's sexual misconduct lawsuit against him. He says it's a joke. She says it was harassment. We'll get into it. I'll share my thoughts. And Sandoval wanting $90,000 from Ariana before he moves out of the house. Who's in the wrong and who's in the right? So before we dive in, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. And also don't forget to shop our Soft Girl collection. We have t-shirts, hoodies, joggers, all of it. So definitely click down below and check out our collection and treat yourself. So with that, let's go. So first up, Andy Cohen responds to Brandi Glanville's accusation of sexual harassment, saying, quote, she was in on the joke. So this is from the Hollywood Reporter. It says Andy Cohen responded to Brandi Glanville's claim of sexual harassment, saying the Real Housewives star was in on the joke, but that he was sorry for the inappropriate situation. In a letter sent to NBC Universal, Warner Brothers, and Shed Media on Thursday, obtained by the Hollywood Reporter, Glanville's attorneys wrote that Cohen sent her a video in 2022 in which he appeared obviously inebriated. The letter explains that Cohen reportedly boasted that he wanted to sleep with another Bravo star while thinking about Glanville, inviting her to watch him engage in the sexual act over FaceTime. Mr. Cohen was Mrs. Glanville's boss at the time and exercised complete and total control over her career, the letter reads. This was an extraordinary abuse of power that left Miss Glanville feeling trapped and disgusted. In a statement posted to X, formerly known as Twitter, later on Thursday, Cohen wrote that the video in question shows Kate Chastain and I very clearly joking to Brandi. It was absolutely meant in jest, and Brandi's response clearly communicated she was in on the joke. Cohen finished his statement with an apology. That said, it was totally inappropriate, and I apologize. In the letter, Glanville's attorneys wrote that the incident is far from the first time Ms. Glanville has been used and abused by NBC, Bravo, Warner Brothers, and Shed Media. Indeed, Ms. Glanville has long been taken advantage of by the institutions with which she is indelibly tied personally, professionally, financially, and in the public mind. Her story, one of thousands we have heard in the course of our investigation into the practices of the reality television industry, is part and parcel for the reality reckoning. Representatives for Warner Brothers did not provide a comment to the Hollywood Reporter. NBC, Universal, and Shed Media did not immediately respond. All right. It says Glanville's accusations against Cohen come on the heels of a lawsuit filed against her by fellow Bravo star Caroline Manzo, who alleged that she was sexually abused and harassed by Glanville during the upcoming season of The Real Housewives Girls Ultimate Trip. The suit filed in January claims that Glanville kissed, groped, and grabbed and forcibly fondled Manzo's lady parts and breast, and Manzo alleged that the producers were listening to the interaction on audio, but never opened the door or took any other action to intervene and stop the SA. Okay. So that is basically the gist of what happened. Girl. Brandi, no. This is the thing, Brandi. And this is the problem, right? Because when people who honestly don't really care, like I don't think that Brandi cared. I don't think she was offended. I don't think she felt violated that Andy Cohen was sending her, this FaceTime video when he was with Kate Chastain, who either was or still is Brandi's good friend. They were really good friends on Trader season 1. They were also supposed to do the Peacock show together that Kate has. Kate now does it with Captain Lee or something because Brandi got in trouble with the whole Morocco thing. All of her Peacock, NBC, Bravo deals kind of went out the wayside with that. So she knows Kate. They're friends. And this is the problem that I have. when real people, and I'm not saying Brandy isn't a real person, but I don't think for one second she actually felt violated or harassed by Andy Cohen in any way, shape, and or form. But so when real people suffer from sexual harassment or, inappropriateness, or they feel coerced or uncomfortable at work, it makes it so much harder. It's like when we talk about anything where it's like real abuse going on, real racism or real homophobia or real ageism or real body shaming or anything that really real happens when these quote celebrities cry woof because they don't like the deal that they got. They don't like that they're no longer in favor. They don't like the fact that they're no longer on TV and cashing checks. Now, all of a sudden, she wants to act like she's sexually harassed by Andy Cohen. Brandy, knock it off. Knock it off. You had no problem with Andy as long as you were being cast and stuff. Knock it off. All the way off. But I'm going to tell you who is even the bigger, in my personal opinion, the bigger problematic entity in this situation. So once Brandy sued Andy Cohen via Andy Cohen, NBC, and Bravo for this whole sexual harassment thing with the FaceTime video, which to me is a bunch of nonsense and is disgusting because it dilutes from when real people have to fight these types of things. And it's like, well, why didn't you tell your boss no? Well, why didn't you leave? Well, you got a raise that year, so couldn't it be that bad? You know what I mean? It makes it harder for when real people deal with this crap to be believed and to come forward because of crap like this. But the real evil, the real villains is Bravo, NBC, Peacock, whatever the power is that be. Because if you guys noticed, I'm not going to say the content creators' names because that's not my place. I don't do that. I don't speak against other content creators. But I will say this. If you ever notice when there is a particular narrative that Bravo and Bravo favorites want to get out, you see the same exact platforms regurgitating the same exact narrative. And I don't know if they're paid by Bravo. I don't know if they get comped BravoCon tickets. I don't know. Not my business. I don't care. But what I did notice was that all of a sudden, these content creators who usually have a very in sync narrative when it comes to Bravo and their favorites started posting negative things about Brandy. Like, oh, Brandy, well, what happened when you slapped LVP? Oh, what if LVP would have pressed charges? What about when you threw wine on Eileen? What about blah, 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 blah. What about and you drinking in this? All of a sudden, it was this, in my personal opinion, very obvious Bravo PR push to malign Brandy. And the reason why I think that is so evil of them, it's because, well, then why did you keep hiring her? So now, because you want to dismiss her, you want to discredit her because she's suing you. Now, all of a sudden, you want to do this little PR push talking about how violent she is and how sexually inappropriate she is and how dangerous she is. But you knew this the entire time, but yet you kept hiring her. To me, that was the biggest takeaway of the whole situation. Because Andy Cohen is Andy Cohen. He's going to do what he's going to do. He has his favorites. He's going to drink. He's going to party. He's going to do whatever. Andy Cohen is going to do Andy. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's how executives should move. But Andy's going to do Andy. And Brandy was doing Brandy until Caroline sued and Ultimate Girls Trip Morocco had to be put on pause. And so then, therefore, Brandy got canceled and blackballed by the network. So now the only reason why Brandy is having such an issue with Andy is because her bag is gone. Not because she felt sexually harassed by Andy Cohen. That's my opinion. I'm not saying that, I'm not discrediting her feelings. I'm just saying what I personally think. But to me, the biggest gag is that now all of a sudden Bravo's trying to do this PR push of how horrible and violent Brandy is, but yet you continue to hired this woman year after year and project after project. She had projects coming up that got canceled because of everything that she did. So the real villain is Bravo and NBC and all those executives, because you knew this woman was problematic. You knew she had issues with drinking and pills and all that stuff. I'm not putting that on her. This is what she has said herself. You knew she had this stuff. You knew she had a history of being violent. You knew she had a history of being sexually inappropriate with herself and with others, but yet you continue to hire her. That's why she was even in the position to allegedly sexually assault Carolyn Manzo, because you hired her. So now you're telling on yourself and your slip is showing. And miss me with the PR campaign because it's so obvious. Just watch. When certain things happen at Bravo, and certain favorites, you will see there will be a certain narrative that is put out there and that's pushed. So for me, that's kind of where I land on this, where it's super, super cringe. It's not that I have Andy Cohen's back. Brandy feels very like meanie to me in this situation. When you fall out of favor, when your bag is gone, then you want to sue. Then you want to talk about, discrimination and this, that, and the third. But you had no problem being a part of the problem as long as you benefited from the situation. So that's kind of where I land on that when it comes to them. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think, no, Brandy has the right to sue for sexual harassment? It's inappropriate to do that and all that stuff. And this stuff, unfortunately, doesn't just happen in entertainment industries. You have it in any industry. People talk about the office party. Somebody got wasted and did this and did that and sending all that stuff. Thankfully, now it's less because there's more repercussions for it and people are believed more. But it's bad. And Andy Cohen should not be treating his employees this way because he is in a position of power. So to me, two things can be true. Do I think Brandy felt violated? No. But do I think what Andy Cohen did was inappropriate? Yes. You see what I'm saying? And look what she did to Denise. Look how she did that. It's just miss me with this whole thing, Brandy. But to me, the most biggest telling part and Brandy's lawyers are the same lawyers that are Bethany Frankel's lawyers for the whole reality reckoning thing. So this is the same legal team that was suing Bravo and NBC and all of them back with the whole reality reckoning, let's get a union, Rachel and all that stuff. So this is that same legal team talking about that. But to me, the biggest telling thing was that, so Bravo, NBC executives, Peacock, you knew how violent this woman was and you still hired her. And now you want to malign her because she's no longer being your puppet, because she no longer can make you money. See what I'm saying? So put it down below. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I think Brandy is also kind of like her own worst enemy. She's had a lot of opportunities and it is what it is. And then I also have a question for you guys. Where do you land when it comes to Brandy being like, well, no, in Morocco Ultimate Girls Trip, I just did what was expected of me. They expected me to be crazy and out of pocket. They expected me to drink too much and all of that. I was just doing my job. Or do you think, no, you crossed the line, you're an adult, stop it? I land on this. In a court of law, you can't go to the judge if you stole from someone, if you hurt someone, if you assaulted someone, if you did something crazy and say, judge, let me go because my boss told me to do it. That doesn't fly. You still did it and you still need to suffer the consequences of it. Now, there are a lot of theories going around about why Caroline really is suing. That kind of Brandy might be a little bit of a scapegoat, red herring for her. All of that stuff, I don't know. It's a little dark. I don't want to go that deep, but I want to know what you guys think. So put it down below. Where do you land with Andy versus Brandy? And before you do that, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. So now let's move on to Kyle and Mauricio split. It's getting messy. It is getting messy, and Mauricio is spiraling. And it's really, to be honest with you, I feel bad for Mauricio. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I do. He looks like he is the one who is now going through it. He's lost a lot of weight. He's out here on TikTok and Instagram looking like a damn fool. It's just really bizarre. I do have the video of it, so I'll watch it, but let's get into some of the details, okay? So this is according to Reality Blurb. And it says, dun, 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 Mauricio Umansky shared a very poignant message to those speculating about his life on his Instagram story over the weekend. As he remains estranged from wife Kyle Richards, Mauricio took to social media to share his thoughts, seemingly in regard to the rumors surrounding what led him and Kyle to split. As a new sneak peek of the Buying Beverly Hills Season 2 featured the two of them discussing their relationship and the impact his business has had on it. Here is what I have to say to all the tabloids and people speculating about my life, Mauricio wrote in the caption of his IG story, which featured a man's voice saying, just get your S and go. Just get your ish and go. As Mauricio attempted to silence the wanderers on Instagram, he was seen discussing the demise of his marriage in a preview clip for the upcoming second season of his Netflix reality show. I've been so stressed and the travel obviously affects, us, he admits to Kyle. Then during a scene with his daughters, Kyle explains, we wanted to have this conversation when we were all together for obvious reasons. I'm really sorry, you guys. Mauricio also mentions his split from Kyle to a business partner, telling him she wanted the separation as the man asked, how will this affect the business? As Mauricio shares, his real estate company, which has grown immensely in recent years, the agency is, quote, a large family. And just like in every family, there's conflict, he states. Side note, I actually think this is going to help business. And I'll tell you why. Buying Beverly Hills Season 1 was flat. It was very bland. It was cute. I didn't see it for Netflix. I saw it more for like an MTV, to be honest with you. Let me know if you watched Buying Season 2. Kyle wasn't even in it the first season, other than like a quick 30-second FaceTime when Farrah got fake engaged. Poor Farrah. I think this will be good for business, at least when it comes to Season 2 of Buying Beverly Hills on Netflix. This is going to give it a major boost. I think people will be tuning in. People are going to be wanting to watch to see what he gives regarding him and Kyle's divorce and separation, because obviously Kyle gave nothing. And the thing with that is, you guys know how I feel about Kyle, but to be fair, because I do like to be objectively fair, Buying Beverly Hills Season 2 started filming after, or at least overlap with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 13. So I think we're going to get a lot more meat and juice from what happened between Kyle and Mauricio on Buying Beverly Hills, simply due to timing. Simply due to when they are actually filming and all of that stuff, because everything is breaking and everything is coming to light. So I think that we're going to get a lot more simply due to the fact that they're still filming, At least they were filming last month or so. That whole Aspen stuff, Kyle said, was for the show. Anyway, also in the sneak peek, Sophia is seen crushing on the agency employee Adam as Alexia impresses their coworkers. Who's the heir to the throne? Asked Brandon. Last year I would have said Farrah. This year Alexia. She's really stepped up, Joey replies. They need to miss me with this Alexia stuff. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but Alexia cannot string together a sentence. Still, another employee fears the girls running the business would be business suicide for the agency. Wait, does this mean I'm calling Alexia boss? Ben thinks on or says or whatever. Now, this is the thing. Let's watch Oh, thank you so much, Norma, for the super sticker. So Norma says, Brandy leads with sexuality. I don't think Andy would send those types of jokes to other housewives. I feel he joked because she would laugh. Not cool. Sorry, I had to cough. I agree 100%. Unfortunately, I'm with Andy on this. I do think she was in on the joke. I think she has probably sent very inappropriate things to her coworkers and to Andy, who was her boss, and I do think that she wasn't offended by it. Not saying that what he did wasn't offensive, but I don't think she was particularly offended by it. So I agree with you, Norma. And thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So let's watch the little video of Mauricio, and then I'm going to get into my stance on him and everything he's posting. Okay?
Just get your shit and go. Just get your shit and go.
I mean, that was really sad, super pathetic, and weird and bizarre. Mauricio, I'm going to tell you what I told your wife, Kyle. And yes, I said wife, not estranged, your wife. Y'all need to stop with this whole, I want my privacy, and the tabloids can get their ish and go, and all of these online trolls. The reason why you have the agency, the reason why you guys have allegedly $100 million, the reason why you guys have multiple homes and properties and cars and generational wealth for your daughters and your daughters' children is because of us, is because of the people you are now calling trolls, is because of the tabloids that you guys have on speed dial and you call to set up your little fake paparazzi shoots. Like nobody believes the paparazzi just happen to know where you are. You call them. It's called backgrid. The reason why you have $100 million, the reason why you're opening 100 agencies this year and you want to be the biggest real estate, all that stuff, is because you sold us on your family. You have been on a show called The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for 13 seasons. And the reason why you have a net worth of 100 million or whatever they want to say around there is because of us. So, Mauricio, please shut up. Please shut up. Because you can't sit here and act like you would have the agency and you would be who you are today without that show. And that show is us. It's the viewers. And you sold us on, come into my family. Come into my family. Our blended family. We have Farah from the first marriage, and I have Kyle, and then we have, our other daughters, and we have all of our dogs, and we have our houses in Aspen. The reason why you have a show on Netflix called Buying Beverly Hills is because of us. You said it yourself. The agency is a family-run agency. You have sold us on being invited into your family. So the moment you want to act like we are trolls or the tabloids are coming after you and we need to take our stuff and go, well, I want my money back. I want refunds. I want my life back. All the hours I spent watching Beverly Hills, I want it back. All the money you made off of us through advertising and merchandise and BravoCon and the agency, I want it back. I will happily take my ish and go. Give me my cut. Give me my cut, because it's disrespectful as hell to act like you want your privacy now when you've built your entire empire off of us, off of our backs. Nobody said go on reality TV for 13 years and act like you have the perfect life. Nobody told you to do that. But it was a good way to make your money. It was a good way to make your business the agency. It was a good way to, get all this real estate you guys have, right? So I will happily take my ish and go. How much is my check? What's the cut? What is my percentage of the agency? I will happily take my ish and go. Just give me my check, Mauricio and Kyle. Because for the last 13 years, you guys have amassed millions upon millions upon millions of dollars because of us. And now you want to act like you want privacy and we're trolls and take your ish and go. Stop it. Stop it. And you're out here looking like you on Ozempic too, Mauricio. You taking the shots? You taking the shots? Because you look skinny in the face and you look sick and you out here looking like a damn fool on Instagram and TikTok. Somebody should have taken your phone and said, not today, Papa. Not today, Daddy. Stop. Mauricio, please have several seats because you're out here looking crazy. Out here looking crazy. Out here looking all the way crazy. So please stop it. Stop. But we're going to, and then 2 more stories. I'll get more into Buying Beverly Hills season 2, and I'll also show you guys the trailer and the clips and all of that stuff. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about Mauricio out here looking like he's going through it? You know, when you see your friends post something on TikTok or Instagram and they're like crying and they're like, this is just a vulnerable to share. And you're like, girl, I wish you didn't. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's giving. It's like, Mauricio, you look like you're on Ozempic. You look like you're going through it. And how dare you? How dare you? I will happily take my ish and go. Give him my cut. Because that's the thing. It's like, and not just reality stars, but like celebrities and all that stuff. Now, this is the thing. Of course, every human being is allowed to have safety and privacy and boundaries. Duh, of course. What I'm talking about is you've created an entire multi-million-dollar empire based on saying that you are going to allow us into your life. But the moment the narrative doesn't fit your agenda, then all of a sudden, we're trolls and we need to take our stuff and you want the tabloids to stop. When number one, you call the tabloids on yourself. Like, honestly, if I was the people in the tabloids, I would like go dark. What would happen if the paparazzi stopped showing up at your photo ops? What would happen if Page 6, Reality Blurb, all of these people stopped talking about you? I bet you'd be on here real quick. Come back, please help us. We need you to like advertise and blah, blah, blah. Boy, bye. Mauricio, have several seats. I'm done with him. But I want to know what you guys think. You know, what do you think about Mauricio out here looking like he's going through it? He looks like he's aged about 10 years. He has Ozempic face. Honestly, I know I just read you for filth, Mauricio, but get some help. Get some help. Get therapy on your own. You know, don't get all skinny and gross. Be healthy. If you're going to divorce Kyle, just get the divorce over. If you're not, then stop playing in our faces. And stop talking to us, the public, the social media, the tabloids, like you didn't make all of your money based on us. Okay? Like you don't have a show on Netflix based on us. Okay? So get some help, Mo. But put it down below. Let me know what you guys think. But before you do that, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. All right, so our next story is going to be a bit of a pivot, and let's talk about Ariana and Tom Sandoval. Dun, 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 dun. So he is alleging that she owes him $90K. But before we get into that, what are you guys thinking about Vanderpump season? Are we on season 11 right now? 10 or 11, whatever season we're on. What are you guys thinking about it? I checked out. I stopped watching because it's too much of the same thing over and over and over again. Oh my God, Ariana's mad. Oh my God, is Tom Sandoval okay? Oh my God, Ariana's mad. oh my God, is Tom Sandoval okay? Like, I'm done. I'm tired of it. And like, I am not invested in any of them. And shout out to Dana. What is her name? It's like Talk with Dana or like Daily or Donna. I think her name is Daily Donna. If I'm mispronouncing her name, I apologize, but she's another content creator. Shout out to her because I was listening to, I like caught a snippet and I was like, yes, this is what I'm saying. And she was like, this might be it for Vanderpump Rules because like none of the characters are likable and we don't care about them. And I agree. And I said this before when I did Vanderpump Rules, the season premiere. I don't care about any of these people, not in a negative, mean way, but like, I don't care. Like Sheena Shea buys $2.5 million home, but yet her husband relinquishes all ownership. Why? Because is he about to file for bankruptcy and he doesn't want the court to be able to come after the house? Are they preparing for divorce? Is that why? She's like, you can't have your name on this property because when we divorce, it's mine and not yours. But at the end of the day, like, I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Lala, I actually really like Lala, but like, I don't care. I think that she's actually right in a lot of the ways about Ariana, not in all of it, but she just comes across this season as very bitter. I don't think she's jealous. People are like, she's jealous of Ariana. No, she's not jealous of her. But I do think that she's very bitter about things that have happened in her own life, but I don't think she's jealous. To me, Ariana is insufferable. I really don't care what's going on with her. Absolutely insufferable. James, it's just, he's, just bopping around. Like, I don't really personally need to see that. I think James I would think James should do like TikTok and music and call it a freaking day. Like, that's where I think he's going to shine. Like, he needs to do TikTok lives and DJ and do his little DJing and his little quips here and there because he is funny, but that's it. Like, I don't see where the show can go with this cast. Like, and Katie, I actually really like Katie, but again, I don't care. Who else is there? Tom Schwartz, he can just go all the way out with the trash too. Like, I don't care. Like, I just don't care. But let me know what you guys think, and are you guys watching? With that, let's dive into what's going on with Tom and Ariana. So this is according to Radar Online. It says Vanderpump Rules star Tom Sandoval is in a legal battle with his ex and reality TV co-star Ariana Madix as she looks to sell their shared home in Los Angeles. Tom claims to have lent Ariana a substantial amount of money, $90,000, which she has not repaid, leading to a dispute over the sale of the property they once called home, RadarOnline.com has learned. According to legal documents obtained by TMZ, Tom alleges that he provided a loan to Ariana and is now demanding repayment before any sale of the house takes place. He insists there is a lien on the property directly associated with the alleged loan, creating a hold on any sale until the financial matter is resolved. Ariana is currently suing Tom, asking a judge to order him to sell the 5-bedroom, 5.5 bathroom, 4,443 square foot house and divide the proceeds after their nasty breakup, where Tom cheated on her with another Vanderpump Rules co-star, Rachel. Ariana asked the court not to allow for a division in kind, which means one of them would be allowed to keep ownership while the other would sell their ownership to a third party. She requested they both be ordered to sell their interest in the pad at the same time. The ex-boyfriend has fought back against the suit and is reportedly digging his heel in even further, claiming she needs to settle up with him over this loan before selling the house. Oh, this is getting nasty. The former couple reportedly bought the place back in 2019 for around $2 million. And with the real estate price hikes in Los Angeles since then, it would be likely to sell for far more now. As RadarOnline.com previously reported, Tom offered to keep the house for himself, offering to buy out Ariana for $3.1 million. Look, it goes on a little bit, and I'll keep going. But listen, none of this math is mathing to me. I'm so confused. So if Tom is saying we bought the house for $2 million, Due to inflation, it's now worth I'm guessing 3.1. I'm going to buy you out of the entire house for 3.1 million. But you have to pay me 90K back. Like, none of this is making any sense. If Tom Sandoval had $3.1 million to give to Ariana to make her buy out the house, that doesn't make any sense, because that's even more than, that would be the price of the entire house if we're alleging that due to inflation, it went from 2 million to 3 million. Wouldn't half of that just be 1.5 million? Buy out her part? And the liens, didn't she have a tax lien in her name against the house? And then also with the comes to the house equity, wasn't he the one who took all the equity out of the house to fund Shorts and Sandy's and his little musical career, his restaurant and music? So my question is, the math just isn't mapping by any means. My question would be this: how much is the actual house worth today? That would be one number I'd want to know. And then my second number I would want to know is, what is the house actually worth to them if they were to sell it? Because it seems like there's a lot of equity that's been taken out. There's been liens. It seems like the house, even though the quote market value would be higher, but what they would actually net out would be low. Tom told Nick Viall on his podcast that Ariana hasn't paid a single bill for the home in 8 months. She hasn't paid the mortgage. She hasn't lived there in 2 or 3 months, he claimed. All her stuff's in the master bedroom. She comes and goes. Tom said that he feels the offer is more than fair, considering it is $1 million over what they paid for the home when they bought it 5 years ago. But don't you think Ariana is entitled to be petty? Viall questioned. And Tom said, yeah, and she's doing a good job of it. This is also my question that doesn't make any damn sense, because I'm on one right now. How is it that you still have a mortgage, but you have 3.1 million to give her to buy her out? If you had $3.1 million, why do you still have a mortgage on a home that when you bought it was only worth 2 mil? Again, nothing is making sense. Nothing is making sense. Like, I get that and that's my question about, like, how much is the house actually worth to them? Because after everything is said and done, whatever tax liens they have, that has to be paid off. Whatever liens and equity they took out of the house, that'll have to be paid off. And then when it comes down to it, since he wants to keep it, he would have to pay her whatever her chunk is for her to, I don't know. To me, it just sounds like they have done a lot of weird, shady, not smart stuff with their money. Weird, shady, not smart stuff with their home and the equity in their home. It seems, and this should be a cautionary tale. If you're going to buy property, whether it's with your significant other, whether it's with your husband or your wife, whether it's with a business partner, figure out everything up front when you are both on good terms and get everything in writing and have an ironclad contract. If there is a dissolution in the relationship, whether it's a business relationship, a friendship, situationship, marriage, this is exactly how we are going to divvy up the situation. This is who gets to stay. This is who gets to go. Now, this is a thing. Ariana is not my cup of tea. She's not. She's not. But I stand with her with not leaving the home. I stand with her with wanting to get what is hers rightfully, monetarily out of the house. To an extent. Because there comes a time where you need to prioritize your peace over your petty. So I do stand with her. If it actually, and again, I'm not a financial lawyer, so I'm not sure, So to me, yes, if staying in the house and fighting it means that at the end of the day, if it goes right, then yes, she's going to get what she is legally entitled to, whatever the money is, whatever the equity is, whatever the house is, and she's standing her ground because she's not about to be duped out of something, then yeah, I stand with that. Toes down 100%, because there comes a point where you're like, sure, I was down with this fake relationship for the show, but at the end of the day, this is my life and this is my money, and you ain't about to play me. So on that aspect, I stand with her. But if there is a way to get out of this situation where you're going to get what is due, but you might have to compromise on something, I would personally pick my peace over the petty. But that's only if I'm not completely screwing myself over in order to do so. But that's just me, though. Some people would just peace out. Some people would just take the L and be like, whatever, I would rather just take the L, whatever the case is. Now, when it comes to Tom, same exact thing when it comes to Tom, you know, if he's probably feeling like you were down with the okie doke. You knew our relationship wasn't real. You knew we were just doing it for cameras and show. Yes, I cheated on you and I shouldn't have, but you were down for it and you were with it. I don't want to lose out on this either. Like, I get it. To me, it's like they're using the house to fight over the way people who have children fight over the children just to get back at the other person. So I give the same response to Tom. Tom, you are talking about your mental health. You're talking about how you're not in a good place. Well, could you take the L? Because at the same time, like, why is it that it's Ariana being petty? It's her house too. Tom, you're also being petty because you too could bow out. You too could figure out a way to compromise. You too could leave. So for me, it just comes a point where where is the line where you're sacrificing your peace to be petty? And that goes for Tom too, because he could easily say, oh, Ariana, these are your conditions. Okay, well, let's figure out a way I'm going to get my money out of it. I'm going to get this and that, but you're going to get what you want too. Let's find a way to compromise. Because what it seems to me is that they're both being petty as hell. They both are using the house to hurt and manipulate each other. It's both of them. Because at the end of the day, just like that's why I rock more with Lala on this. Not when she's like, oh, Ariana should leave the house. It's like, Lala's hush up, girl. Not when it comes to that. But to be honest with you, they're not married and they don't have children. So both of them at this point are really being petty because they both want to win. Because again, I'm not a doctor, I don't diagnose, but they both have very narcissistic, self-absorbed tendencies. They show these narcissistic tendencies in different ways. It manifests in different ways. Same way Tom Schwartz is a narcissist, but his narcissism shows up in a very different way, in my opinion. I'm not a doctor, I'm not diagnosing. They both want to win. But it comes a point in time where it's you winning is actually you losing. And it's not even that they want to win, it's that they don't want the other person to feel like they won. That's really more what it is. So I think for both of them, because the whole she's suing and he's suing and these tax liens and this loan and this mortgage and this, that, and a third, it seems like a hot mess. I would call up Sutton and be like, yo, girl, can I borrow one of your forensic accountants? Can they help me with this? I think that they need to just have somebody step in, go through all of their financial stuff, clean it up, and figure out the best way for both of them to get the most that they can and then let it go. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, 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 crazy. And I think that they're both petty, in my personal opinion. I think they both are. So I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. Should he leave? Should she leave? Should they both leave, sell the house, divide it up, and move on? What do you guys think? Put it down below. So before you do that, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, now let's move on to Buying Beverly Hills Season 2 teaser, revealing Mauricio's daughters breaking down crying amid Kyle Richards' separation. So I do have 2 trailers from Buying Beverly Hills Season 2 that we will definitely watch. So go ahead and like, subscribe, and share while I pull it up for you. So let's go to the article first from Screen Rant, and then we will watch the 2 trailers, okay? So here it is. Buying Beverly Hills Season 2 picks up with some interpersonal drama as viewers get the opportunity to see things from Mauricio Umansky's perspective in a preview clip from the upcoming season. The show features the luxury real estate brokerage, The Agency, which is run by Mauricio. His daughters Farah and Alexia have been heavily featured on the show in the past, as both work for The Agency as well. While the series didn't delve into much personal drama between Mauricio and Kyle Richards last season, things are changing in the newest installment of the series. In a preview clip of Season 2, Mauricio tearfully sits down with Farah, Alexia, and Sophia to discuss their impending separation. "I had an amazing 26 years with your mom," Mauricio shares with his daughters around a table in their sprawling backyard. "I wanted to do everything possible to just save it. So, your mom came to me and talked to me, and she said, 'I think I need space.'" Kyle and Mauricio's daughters were all stunned into silence. Dun 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 dun. Continuing to share details of where his and Kyle's marriage stood, Mauricio shared, "The rules are that, you go out, you date, you do whatever it is that you want to do. I don't want you to be asking me what I'm doing, like we are separated," Mauricio explained. Mauricio explained he'd be taking some time for himself. "I need some time and a clear head," he shared. "Maybe I'll go spend a month in Aspen." The girls were understandably tearful and hurt. Now, this is important because this whole "I'm going to go spend a month in Aspen" foreshadows what we already know to be true. So remember that all of the stuff with Mauricio and the influencers and the young girls skiing in Aspen, that's what he's referring to now. Because remember, they filmed this months ago. So when he's like, "Oh, I'm going to go spend some months in Aspen," they're filming the show. And everyone was like, "Oh, Mauricio's out here with like champagne and influencers and skiing." All of that was for the show. And we called that over here at the Candy Cane. I was like, I don't think Mauricio, is he smashing? Maybe, maybe not. But I'm not saying it's like a relationship where he's dating them. I said, this to me looks like a sponsored campaign. Turns out it was. It was for the show, okay? And then this is what he's foreshadowing. When he says, "Maybe I'll spend a month in Aspen," now we know what he was doing in Aspen. Dun, 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 dun. When Alexia and Sophia were having a hard time articulating their thoughts surrounding separation. Now, this might be mean, but whatever. Alexia and Sophia, they have a hard time speaking in general. Like, have you guys seen the show or see them? It's like, and I mean this seriously, not in a mean-spirited way. I'm being jokey and kinky, not in like in a real mean way. But what's her name? Alexia is 27, 28, but she skews like she's 14 or 15. And I don't mean in looks. I mean in like everything. Like, it's really weird. So it's really funny. They were saying having a hard time articulating their thoughts. If you've seen them talk, it's like, come out with it. And Alexia is like a mini Kyle. I mean, the way she talks, her cadence, she's basically, if you closed your eyes, you would think it was Kyle talking. It's bizarre. Anyway, Farah shared that having conversations like this is so weird, with Mauricio agreeing, "Our life has just changed so much." Sophia shared tearfully before Farah continued, "I definitely could not predict it where my life was going to be 1 year ago. I'm sorry we're all going through this," Alexia, who shares an incredibly close bond with Mauricio, explained. Sorry for all of us. Sorry for you guys," she said towards her sisters before turning to her father. "I'm sorry for you." Now, again, this is more foreshadowing. it's saying how Alexia has a particularly close bond with Mauricio. She does. They're very, very close. Of course, he loves little Portia, because she's like the baby, but he does have a very, very close relationship with Alexia. And we kind of see how he favors her even over Farah. And again, Alexia is about 27, 28. Farah, sorry if I say her name interchangeably. I apologize. She's about mid 30s, I want to say. And she's killing it and she's smart. But as we'll see in the previews, it's like, oh, is he going to give the company, not give the company, but like give the bigger position to Alexia, which to me would be disrespectful as hell to Farah. And it's like, is it because she's not your blood daughter? Is that why the favoritism is going on? Or is it because she called you out last season about the agency taking too much of a commission from the agents? So last season, Farah basically confirmed that the agency was taking too much money. And she was even considering leaving, either leaving for another agency or to start her own, because she felt very uncomfortable about how much work she was doing versus how much money she was taking home. And she didn't say that. It was also the bin guy and other people. And just in general, they were complaining that the agency was taking too much commission from them. So maybe that's why he's favoring Alexia, because it's his blood and his favorite. And she's not complaining she's not getting paid enough because she doesn't do anything and she's making all this money. Explaining the family only realized there were issues in Kyle and Mauricio's relationship a few months prior, the girls were understandably hurt by the idea of a separation between their parents. Kyle, who has only appeared on Buying Beverly Hills briefly, and by briefly, it was literally like a 30-second FaceTime call when Farah got fake engaged to Alex, because as we all know, that engagement is over because he was non-committal and allegedly cheating on her, has been dealing with the drama that stemmed from her marriage falling apart publicly, but Mauricio's been tackling it behind the scenes. In an emotional moment with his daughters, Mauricio was able to articulate his feelings and hold space for theirs, but the drama is likely just getting started when it comes to the Umanskis on Buying Beverly Hills. Again, there's the question of, does Kyle and Mauricio's marriage problem hurt his business? My answer is hell no. I think it only helps. I think the fact that they are going through this split and everything going on, people who normally would not have watched Buying Beverly Hills are going to flock to Buying Beverly Hills to see what Mauricio gives that Kyle didn't give. I think we're going to see a huge bump in viewership and a huge bump in ratings for season 2 of Buying Beverly Hills. We'll probably get a spike in Buying Beverly Hills season 1 just because people are going to want to go back and binge to get caught up. But I think season 2 is going to surpass, and it's going to really blow it out the park because now there's so much pent up stuff. There's so many questions, and people want to know what happened and what is his perspective and all of this stuff. Is he cheating? Was she cheating? Is there a love child? What exactly happened? So I think it's going to give them a huge bump and boost. And then when it comes to the agency is going to be fine. Like, I personally don't think anybody's going to be like, oh no, agency, don't sell my house because Kyle and Mauricio are going through it. Like, I don't think that makes any sense. I think this type of scandal and this type of salaciousness is only going to help them, particularly because it's not like a Sandoval where people aren't necessarily truly identifying with Kyle as the victim, if that makes sense. So I think that's also a big reason why it's not going to hurt them. As Buying Beverly Hills season 2 draws closer, the Umansky family has been preparing for viewers to see their very personal drama unfold. While some of it has come to light on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills with Kyle, the other side of things have been left unturned. With Farah and Alexia both working at the agency along with Mauricio, the family business may be difficult to run with the family itself in turmoil. Thankfully, Buying Beverly Hills season 2 has watched every move and will be sharing the drama with viewers. Again, it goes back to what I was saying, where another big reason why I think we'll be I'm going to be watching Buying Beverly Hills season 2 because I want to see what unfolds. But again, a big reason why is cameras picked up for Buying Beverly Hills season 2 either partway through or after filming of season 13. So it's not that they were filming concurrently at the same time and we're seeing the same thing from a different angle. We're seeing aftermath. We're seeing, new stuff that happens. We see a skinnier Mauricio and all this other stuff. So we're seeing things closer to real time, and we're seeing the aftermath of season 13, because I don't think that they're done filming Buying Beverly Hills season 2 yet. I know we got the trailer drop, but I don't think they're done filming yet. If it is done, it would have just wrapped, because remember, they were still filming in Aspen, and we saw that a couple months ago. So but let's watch the 2 trailers.
Came and guys, she wanted the separation. Obviously affects, the travel, obviously affects, us.
We wanted to have this conversation when we were all together for obvious reasons. I'm really sorry, you guys.
She wanted the separation.
How will this affect the business?
The agency being a large family, just like every family, there's conflict.
Sophia has a huge crush on Adam.
He was literally like, you look amazing tonight. And I was like, you know what I'm talking about? You're a liar.
Did I miss something that we're not working together on this?
If you have a problem with me, you should pull me aside.
You iced me out.
When it comes to who's going to be the head of, I think that that's me.
She literally said if you guys took over the agency, it would be business suicide.
Who's the heir to the throne?
Last year, I would have said Farrah. This year, Alexia, she's really stepped up.
Wait, so does this mean I'm calling Alexia boss?
The travel.
Yeah. Crazy. Like, that's what do you guys think about this? What do you think about, Alexia? Is she going to be, the heir to the throne, or should it be Farrah? What do you think about Mauricio coming out and saying Kyle wanted the separation? This was what she wanted. Now, Kyle was on Watch What Happens Live and being like, he said I encouraged him to go out, and that's not what I did, and blah, 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 blah. First of all, Kyle, he never said that you encouraged him to go out and date. He said that you said, I need space, we're separated, you can do you and I can do me. That's not encouragement, that's just setting what the boundaries are. With that being said, I do understand what you also said on Watch What Happens Live, that you said, well, I said that so that, if he goes out and dates, it will kind of be easier it'll be easier to deal with, because it's like, I'm the one who said it was okay. So I get that. Of course you don't want him to date, but you're like, I want to have some sense of control. So if I said it's okay for him to date and he dates, and I don't feel like it's cheating and I can buffer myself. I get that. But girl, he didn't say you encouraged him. He just said this is what you wanted. At the end of the day, do I think the separation between Kyle and Mauricio is real? I do. I think it started out as something else. I can't put my finger on it. And then it snowballed into where we're at. I think Kyle was going through it with the death of her friend Lorene. I think that the cheating allegations with Dorit, coupled with the cheating allegations from the past decade, coupled with, her maybe turning a particular age and not feeling seen, needing more time and attention and feeling like a priority, where maybe before she just sort of took it, and him just sort of being business as usual. I'm going to do what I want to do with my side pieces, allegedly, and I'm going to focus on this paper and expanding in my business, and you're going to come along for the ride with the kids the way you always have. Sort of like an identity, midlife crisis, trauma crisis going on. Do I think Kyle actually wants to get divorced from Mauricio? I don't. I think everything she was doing was for attention and to try to shake it up, to make him pay attention to her, to make him prioritize her. I think that he was willfully ignorant to the fact that she needed more from him in the marriage, because I think he chose to prioritize work over her. And I think he's willfully ignorant and willfully in denial about his confusion as to what went wrong, because he doesn't want to prioritize her. He wants things to be status quo. That's what I think is happening. Now, do I think Kyle and Morgan are real? Hell no. I've been saying that from day one. I don't think they're real. This whole, oh, it's official, loved up. This country singer, this is from Dumois. This country singer is set to premiere their relationship in a very public way. The loved up pair shot a highly coveted magazine cover, which will drop shortly and be a shock to many. First of all, how would it be a shock to anybody when this whole Kyle and Morgan are in a lesbian relationship? We've been talking about this for damn near 2 years. They were public February of 2022. We're in February of 2024. So how would this be a shock to anybody when we've been talking about Kyle and Morgan for 2 years? So knock it off, Dumas. Secondly, I don't think that this is real. I think this has always been a PR stunt. Always. And I'm going to again tell you why I think that. But before I do that, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. Now, as we move on to our next story, look what I found out. I don't know how I missed this, but did you guys know that Morgan Wade's ex-boyfriend, because I'm guessing she's bi? And again, when I talk about sexuality, I'm not saying like it in a mean way. I'm just saying I just thought she was a lesbian. Doesn't matter, obviously. Love is love. I don't care if you like boys, girls, trans, yellow, purple, smurple. I don't care. So when we talk about that, it's from a place of love and inclusivity. But I always thought that Morgan was lesbian. But it turns out her ex-boyfriend is an agent at the agency. As we all know, Mauricio owns the agency. I don't know how I missed this, but this to me is just chef's kiss, where this is a whole PR relationship. Because number one, Morgan and this guy, Joe Link, they were together in a group called the Step Brothers or something like that, or the Stepfathers, something like that. They were in a group together and they started dating off and on together, whatever the case is, boyfriend, girlfriend, right? All of a sudden, Morgan, when she wants to go solo, she hooks up with Kyle Richards. And then a year later, he joins Mauricio's, the agency based in DC. Am I the only one who finds that to be very suspicious? So this article, Morgan Wade's relationship behind the scenes of her personal life, was last updated June 18th of 2023. It says, about her romantic partner, Joe Link is reportedly Morgan Wade's boyfriend. He's a professional musician, in case you were wondering, and he excels at playing the keyboard and guitar. He joined the agency back in, let me see. May 10th of 2023. So within a couple of months, he's at the agency and they are together. So you want to tell me it's a coincidence that when Morgan, and let me put it this way, because I'm baffled by this, baffled. So let me gather myself, because this is what I always said happened, and this kind of confirms it. I always said Kyle was going through it, the unfortunate death of her friend, her own midlife crisis, not feeling prioritized at home. She's going through it. She hears Morgan's music. She's enamored with her. I think all of that is true. I think she did reach out via DM. Just like Morgan said, she stalked me. I do think all of that happened. And I think that Morgan's team was like, yo, Kyle Richards, Paris Hilton's aunt, Kathy Hilton's sister, Bravo darling, NBC darling, this could be a great come up. That is where I think their entire, quote, friendship formed. Kyle needed attention. Kyle needed an escape. She was trying to get anybody's attention she could. Morgan and her team saw a come up. And think about it. Over the last 2 years, Morgan Wade has blown up thanks to her proximity to Kyle Richards. We now know who she is. She's doing tours with Alanis Morissette. You know, she's selling out concerts and merch and blowing up on Twitter and Instagram. I don't think Morgan Wade would be, quote, Morgan Wade if she had not done this deal with Kyle. She completely blew up. So you're going to tell me that all of a sudden, during that time, she's dating this guy, Joseph Link, who is a part of her band, the Stepbrothers or whatever, the Stepfathers, whatever it's called. That band breaks up. And then Morgan then goes on to become this big solo artist. And then he just so happens a couple of months later, May, June, July of 2023, he just so happens to decide he now wants to be a real estate agent for the agency. Come on. Because also think about it. If Morgan's team managed her when she's like in this band, then they obviously manage and know Joe as well. And how weird, I mean, that's the thing. Like, is it a coincidence? We don't believe in coincidence. We believe in conspiracy. I don't think it's a coincidence that Morgan is all of a sudden Kyle Richards' little patsy girl, and her ex-boyfriend is now one of Mauricio's agents. Where they do that at? But then they want to tell us this whole situation wasn't fake and wasn't a setup. On what planet? And this is the thing, the agency isn't all that. There are so many other real estate agencies out there in the world to be a part of, but he just so happens to want to quit the band and become a real estate agent for the agency. That's him, Joe Link. And I will cite my sources. This was cited in Reality T. Exclusive, Morgan Wade's ex, Joseph Joe Link, works for Mauricio Umansky's The Agencies. It says, I'm not one for conspiracy theories. Well, I am. But the fact that Morgan Wade's ex-boyfriend, Joseph Joe Link, works for the agency has me stunned. You know, the company that Mauricio Umansky is the founder and CEO of. In other words, baby gorgeous herself, I'm shaking, I'm physically shaking. There have been claims of Mauricio and his estranged wife, Kyle Richards, hyping up their marital problems to drum up promotion for their shows. Others think that they want headlines deflecting away from the lawsuits Mauricio is embroiled in. And of course, there was always those rumors of Mo cheating on his beloved Love Bean. Could it be they brought on Joseph on board to conspire with Morgan and help change the narrative? Isn't that crazy? Then it goes on to say, are Morgan and Joe still secretly together? After delving into online commentary, it's clear that a chunk of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fans think Morgan and Joseph are still secretly dating. They believe their relationship is being hidden so that the rumored romance between Kyle and Morgan can continue to dominate the headlines. Despite being private about their love life in the past, Morgan had spoken publicly about her romance with Joe. That is my wonderful man, she says in the video above. When the two were a part of the same band, the Stepbrothers. He broke up with me, so I wrote a song to get him back. It worked. It's been a few years now. I formed a band to get him back. That sounds like true love to me. Then it goes on to say, of course, I could be barking up the wrong tree entirely, but Morgan working her magic for an ex-flame to work under the man currently separated from her new bestie somehow seems more than outlandish than this conspiracy itself. Right? Come on. Come on. You cannot piss on my leg and tell me it's raining right now. You really can't. Because like I said, in this article, Morgan and Wade's relationship, this was updated June 2023. This is over a year after Kyle and Morgan become, quote, just friends, their whole friendship. And then in that same span, he joined the agency in May of 2023. So if these articles are correct, then Kyle and Morgan got together in February of 2022, I believe. He joins the agency in May of 2023. The article says they're still together in June of 2023. And even though now it's saying X, I couldn't find anything about them breaking up. And he wiped his entire social media. This is his Joseph. This is all his social media now. It's only 4 posts. That's it, other than the agency stuff. So something is suspect here. Maybe they're secretly still together. Maybe they're not. But I'm not buying for 1 minute that Kyle and Morgan are organically in this relationship. And even if they were, why have they been lying to us for the last 2 years saying they're just friends? Just like Mauricio said, Kyle said, you can date and I can date. They've been separated. So if you've been separated, why lie about being just friends? See? And then we also have this chick, Katie Cannon. I want to know what her deal was. She was on some other reality show. She said she was dating Morgan in a private relationship with Morgan from November of 2021 to August of 2022. Now, I don't know what's going on with this chick, but she says she was with Morgan from November of 2021 to August of 2022. Who knows? I don't know if there's overlap between Joe and Katie. I don't know. Maybe it was on again, off again. But to me, the math ain't mathing, and they playing exactly LRG curves, and they're playing in our faces. Thank you so much, Miss Jules FL. Sorry if I didn't pronounce your name right. Miss Jules Safa. I hope I said it right. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. She says, I love your take on things. Good work, girl. Thank you. I really appreciate that, because I was working on, today, and I go, how did I miss the fact that her ex-boyfriend is now an agent at the agency? Oh, she goes, Florida, LOL. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Jules, Florida. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I appreciate your super sticker. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe in coincidence for a second. Of all of the businesses, of all of the agencies, he chooses to go into real estate for the agency. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. We're not stupid. We're not stupid. And now with the whole again, thank you so much, Miss Jules, Florida. I really appreciate you. And now with this whole, they're going to come out, it's official. I told you guys what I think is going on with this. I think that Kyle and Morgan tried to end their PR relationship contract. But because we have candy canes on the mission, they started to get backlash. And I think the fact that Morgan has new music coming out, and the fact that she's going to be on tour, I think with Alanis Morissette and all of that, and it's all sold out and people are loving Morgan and she had this big uptick. I think that her camp was fearful that any backlash with her, quote, breaking up with Kyle or fighting with Kyle would affect her music career. And so they quickly then were like, no, let's go back to them being together, because we don't want backlash right before Morgan is about to blow up even more. That's what I think happened. And so now we're getting these Dumas placements, which to me, I don't believe everything Dumas says. I think some of it is from people truly writing in. I also think some of them are industry plants. Whether Dumas is in on it or not, I don't know. But again, a lot of times you just have to always think about, who does this narrative serve? You know, everything's anonymous. Everything is just like, oh, this person, she could make it up herself and put it up there. We don't know. I'm not saying this is what she does, or he, or they, whatever. I'm just saying that just because someone puts a blind item out there doesn't mean that blind item didn't come from those people's camps. The same way everyone's like, who leaked it to People magazine? Kyle and Mauricio leaked it to People magazine, duh. You know what I'm saying? So whatever the source is, just like I said before, just always think, whose narrative does this serve? Does it make sense? And why is this being, quote, leaked now? You know? Ugh, you guys, I want to know what you guys think. I mean, this put the nail in a coffin with me, playing in our faces like Kyle. And I always said this, I don't see any sexual chemistry between Kyle and Morgan. The whole thing where Morgan is, touching Kyle's side of her butt at Watch What Happens Live. And Kyle kind of looks like, she kind of looks like, what's going on here? Morgan, stop cosplaying. You might be a singer, but you're not an actor. Okay, sweetheart? I don't buy it for a second. All of a sudden now Morgan is into PDA. When did that happen? I thought they were just friends. And I couldn't believe this chick from Beverly Hills was talking to me. What happened to that, Morgan? All of a sudden you're into touching her butt on the red carpet? Get the hell out of here. Tell me your relationship is fake without telling me your relationship is fake. Get out of here. Anytime somebody's behavior changes in such an obvious way, something's up. Something's up. All of a sudden, Morgan's into PDA. Typically, Morgan is just like, Kyle stalked me, and she's looking like she's like swallowing bile because she looks like she wants to vomit. I have never seen what I personally perceive to be sexual chemistry or affection between them. I've seen moments of friendship. I have. But I've also seen moments of disdain. That's just how I read it. That's like not on Kyle's part, but on Morgan's part. Like to me, Morgan looks like, when is his contract is up, smile and bear it, and she's kind of freaked out by Kyle. And to me, Kyle is kind of just like oblivious to the whole situation, like doesn't get it. That's what I see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm looking through the wrong glasses, but I don't see this love story between the two of them. I don't see this chemistry between the two. I see more chemistry between Dorit and Mauricio. Just put that out there for what it's worth. Okay. Well, that's all I got, guys. That's all I got. So as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. So with that, I'll drop the link in case anybody wants to come up for a little bit, and we can go through some of your Candy Canes questions and comments before we head on out, because I am running behind, you guys. So today I had to go to the grocery store, and I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I go to the grocery store, it is literally like the entire day. I can't just pop in and pop out. When I go to the grocery store, I'm there for the entire day. I'm going through like all of the produce. I'm going down every single aisle. I'm looking in every single freezer. I'm in the bakery. Like I'm there for like the day. It's like the event of the day. I'm spending a cute coin. Like I'm there for the day. Got to get all the water. Like it's such a deal. So anyway, I was supposed to what do you call it? I was supposed to shoot one of my podcasts today. So I got a long night ahead of me. I say all that to say this. I got a long day. Thank you, Foxy. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Vodka. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Tay Tay. Hey, Trixie Girl, says Candy Girl, you rock. You are so sweet. I think you're neat. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Hey, Anna says Brandy is weird, but Andy is creepy. Yup, agreed. Foxy says, I believe in Andy in this one, but Andy needs to calm down with the jokes. I agree. Darren says, Brandy, just give it up. Yup. Tay says, Morocco might not ever see the air at this point. I agree. Hey, Natasha Boo.
Hey, girl.
You want to sound off?
I missed the very beginning of what you said about this part. I just think this is so weird because I've just been really when I read what's her face, the New Jersey, what's her name, Carolyn said, like I believe it, but I definitely believe that like she's going this hard because of kind of what you said, that you think maybe she said something that she kind of wishes.
Yeah.
Wait, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I definitely don't think that Brandy behaved like normal, and I definitely think she did all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm just very weirded out why everyone is backing Brandy. Is it just because they're looking at their own best interest themselves? It's just weird to me because apparently Vicky was on that trip.
But wait,
and Vicky is like backing Brandy. Little Miss Conservative Vicky is backing Brandy. Like apparently that her, Phaedra, and someone else all consider them like a little like quartet because now they've done 2 girl trips. And even though this one's never going to see the light of day, I don't know. It's just very weird. I don't know what to think about it all.
I think, and this is just what popped in my head when you said that. Yeah, can you hear me? Natasha? Oh yeah. So I think when you said that, I think that are they backing Brandy because they want the show to air? Because is there some sort of clause where they don't get money unless it airs?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I think they're more about their coin than they're about backing Brandy. So I wonder if there's some clause where it's like, yeah, you filmed, but like sort of how they do with like you have to be in the episode before you get you know what I mean? Like how many episodes you're in, you get paid per episode. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing it because they want the show to air. They want the 15 minutes of fame and they want whatever additional paycheck comes with the show actually airing, because I bet you they're not getting the amount of money they were promised because it's not going to show, because it's not going to air.
And they probably don't want to bite the hand that's feeding them. Like if they go against Bravo, it's a wrap forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Hey, Adam.
Hey, Candy. Hey, Natasha.
Hi. And I definitely think the whole Ariana thing, I don't understand it either. The math isn't mathing. I'm tired of Ariana.
That's just so annoying. The whole thing with the house, like that just really is just exhausting.
It is. It's just annoying.
I mean, like even a. You don't even have to go to. You don't even have to pass your high school exams to know what division by 2 is. Like literally, like
they're both just being petty because they don't want the other person to win. It's really stupid.
I mean, like I kind of see one side of it in the sense that, like, like in terms of, for example, in Beverly Hills, you had Kim say to Kyle, "You stole my goddamn house." And she said, we bought you out, and like, but like that's when it kind of gets messy, like with stuff like inheritance and stuff, because instead of just saying you have your part, I have my part, and we just split it evenly, if some person buys it out and keeps the house, and it just gets all messy.
Yeah, your peace of mind is worth it.
But in this case, like, I was looking at the statistics, and roughly they were saying the house is worth about $2.93 million. And, if they both, after they paid their taxes or whatever, they're both walking away with 7 figures each in their pocket. Unless Shorts and Sandy's gets like some lawsuit tomorrow, maybe it will, I don't know. But, like literally they're having 7 figures in their pocket if they sold it tomorrow. And, and unlike the thing with Kyle and Kim, they're not going to go through any probate, so they don't need to wait 500 years to get the house sold and money in their pocket. They would just get it in a normal time that anyone buys or sells a house.
Well, I agree with Candy when she said that, like, when you play these games where you're like, I don't want the other person to lose, it's just, you're going to lose. You're going to lose by doing that. Even if you win, you lose, because this is why you're supposed to just cut the losses and just move on. And then I also agree with, I think they did do some really crazy, dumb financial moves. Like, we saw it on TV for, like, when she was like, well, it's just Tom's money. You know what I mean? They did some weird stuff.
Yeah.
For
Oh
sure.
Yeah, that your impression was spot on. It's just Tom's money. It's not my half. It's just like, and Lisa Vanderpump just gave
She was
her
like, that's not how it
works. She literally was pulling that classic British what the fuck face. It was priceless.
No, yeah.
She's like, girl, I don't think it works like that, sweetie.
And again, it doesn't make any sense because first of all, I don't believe Tom Sandoval for 1 minute that he has $3.1 million to give her. I don't believe that for a second.
I mean, he wouldn't even have to give her that money. That's the joke. It's like you only had to give 1.5, 1.6 million. Like,
that's what I'm saying. And he's like, I think he just said that because he was with Nick Viall and he wanted to showboat.
I mean,
yeah, he wasn't looking great, so he had to throw in some like.
Yeah, he was being confronted by an alpha male, and so he wanted to exert his being an alpha, and so he threw out 3.1 million, which to me, I think he just pulled it out of his butt during the interview.
Like, and literally made it up on the spot.
Yeah, because I'm not necessarily the biggest Nick. I don't know, but he is alpha in that situation, and I think he was trying to. I don't even think it had anything to do with Ariana. I think he was trying to buck with Nick.
He proved way more masculine than what's his face could ever be. And I will never forget that picture of JoJo carrying Tom as long as I live.
Oh God.
I mean, with Vanderpump Rules, like, it's a sad one to me because like this used to be one of my go-to shows, but I'm only watching it now literally because of James and Lala. There is no other reason, you know, aside from seeing Lisa Vanderpump and Villa Rosa. But in terms of the Messi cast members, Lala Kent is the MVP, and all these people saying that Ariana is the MVP. I'm sorry, but please take seats. But,
do we think Sheena's divorcing? Do we think she is?
I think she's either divorcing or she's prepared for if that were to happen.
Or is she like trying to hide assets in case the other family comes for stuff?
I believe the other family thing because
both.
I believe the other family thing, and that's because I mean out of all the Bravo stars, I don't know how, but she's like literally been. She's literally been one of the most clever non-housewife
with her money
Bravo stars because she somehow has $5 million in real estate. She's got more than.
Well, she had that. She was the only one. She was the first one to have a podcast, first one to have a YouTube thing going. Like that's been going for like 5 years. So she's made a pretty coin just from that alone.
Yeah,
she's really good with her money, I think too.
Wasn't her podcast called that Shenanigans thing or something? But yeah, she has 5 million now in real estate, all under her name. She doesn't share it with anyone, and 3 homes. I mean, in terms of this Brock guy, I mean, I mean, there was this whole thing how he was on some work visa and he couldn't get it transitioned to a proper green card, and then there was this other argument saying that he did have a green card, and half the cast basically said that he got with Sheena for a green card. I don't know. I mean, literally, he. I mean, if I had to have a conversation with either him or Ali for like an hour, I'd probably pick him just because Ali I can't. But you know. Like,
it would be it would be like AI.
Literally, if ChatGPT could like speak to you on the phone, that's Ali for me. But
Yeah, it literally is.
But to me, I just.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the
Yes, my love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
But even with this current season, he is saying comments like that he thinks viewers will take his side when literally we will, like, unless someone is on LSD, no one is going to side with this guy, especially with the
Or
way that
unless someone who does that stuff too. That's it.
Because and the person that I really like I wish there was like a button on like my Apple TV that could like hide the screen for 5 seconds, because with the most annoying person is Billy Lee. I can't.
Oh God.
I mean, like
I can't handle her.
Or they, whatever they go by, I don't know. But in terms of, but
I think it's a her.
Yeah, it's a her.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
It's her.
But in terms of them or what or Z,
Just say her. Come on, Adam.
Okay, in terms of her, it's just so. Okay, you said you were better than the show, yet you've now found it convenient after this whole affair, whatever the hell you want to call it, to make your return.
I don't know, just watching her perched next to his cold plunge, like perching her lip and like kneeling by it, like looking at him, like it was too much.
It really was. It's too much.
I was like, what am I watching?
Do you think they smashed?
Yes. I think in the past. I don't think so anymore. Or maybe they do like once in a while.
I think when he gets crunk,
bored and wasted, yeah.
Yeah. And
I don't think it's like a love affair. I think it's like they both know what the deal is.
I
think she would want him if he was down, but I think he uses her.
I mean,
yeah, for sure.
His thing with her is that I have he's trying to like display to the audience of the show that he has a friend, and that other people, and that Ariana is just a grudge holder, and you know, he doesn't even speak rationally. I mean, this whole thing where he expected even Tom Schwartz without a backbone was like,
oh, like the OJ Simpson, and
why are you bringing up Kristen? What, like, out of, you know, no one wants to hear her name. I mean whoever, I mean, Candy, are you going to give any second to this valid crap show?
No, I clocked out. Like, honestly, PSA to everybody, I clocked out of Potomac, I clocked out of Married to Medicine, I clocked out of VPR.
I think
we gotta find some conspiracies to talk about. I can't. I'm like a gut, like my spirit. Like I sit down and I'm like, I want to do it, but I'm like, I can't. So then I'll be like, Beverly Hills.
I clocked out of Beverly Hills, kind of like I'm down for like these little mysteries, but like just straight up watching it and talking about the plot. I'm like, what plot? You know what I mean? I'm just like over it. And definitely Potomac. Like if you look at my queue, like I watched like the first 3 and now that's it. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, for me to watch Beverly Hills next season, they need to fire 3 people.
Who?
8.5. I lied about Sutton being a racist, and Fatboy Kemsley's wife, or soon to be ex-wife. Because I'm sorry, but Fatboy Kemsley's soon to be ex-wife.
Cal needs to go.
I think Cal could be put on pause too.
Well, okay. If you had the choice of, okay, let's be real. 8.5 is a one and done. And in terms of, I lied about Sutton being a racist for 2 seasons, she can go as well.
I think Dorit kind of did a Hail Mary with that release of it, because she knows she's like A-bombing her friendship, and she also knows that her role is on the rocks. So she kind of was counting on that to be like the push that Kyle needed to get off the show. I feel like that was like her last Hail Mary.
I feel like Dorit did the text messages not for Kyle to get off the show, but to keep herself on the show.
Yes.
And
But
I
think
think
Natasha's saying that it's gonna hit her back in the sack.
It 100% was for her, but I also feel like she's hoping because her fighting with Kyle for a season, Dorit's going to freak out. That's not ideal for Dorit.
Yeah.
So I think she's kind of counting on it too.
I think it's ideal for Dorit if she wants a storyline that's relevant on the show. I actually think it might make next season interesting. I would love to see Dorit and Kyle go at it because I never believed their friendship was real in the first place.
Me neither. It was
I don't think Dorit really liked Kyle. She used Kyle for cover, but I actually think Kyle liked Dorit because Dorit was a yes person to her. So I think it would be really interesting to see them go at it, but they need to address the elephant in the room of the whole, did you sleep with my man or did you not sleep with my man question.
Yeah, not just some reunion clarification. They need to actually talk about it on the season. And that's kind of what I want to hear from.
Because it's the elephant in the room. We're all just like, hello.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of this season of Beverly Hills, I would say the MVPs were Sasha and Erica, then Garcelle, close third, and the rest. I mean. The rest I don't really know. But in terms of 8.5, I just saw a clip on Instagram, and pretty much her and all that her and Crystal are going to say is about this esophagus storyline and fake doctor thing. I'm sorry, get a real storyline. Faking about being a doctor or what. I don't care. Your sister may be a doctor. I'm glad she serves her community, but to use that as your thing as well as just your brother moving to China. I'm sorry, get a real storyline.
Mm-hmm.
She should be a friend at this point.
You would still keep her as a friend of?
I mean, if she wanted to stay, I can only see her as a friend. I see her as a friend now.
She's basically, I agree.
To be honest,
basically a friend now. What would really change if she was a friend now?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, I kind of just don't want her on my screen.
I think Kiki should get a mojito from Miami. I can do Miami, and I was thinking about doing Southern hospitality.
Yes.
I need to give that a go because literally
that girl is so she's so nuts though. She's aloof.
I want to dissect her. I want to do a candy dissection.
Okay.
Because literally, I'm only in my neck of the woods.
It's a psychology analyzation ready to happen with that one. That one's.
I got to figure out the hook because I do want to do it, but I want to do a proper a hook with it.
But did you see they're doing Miami dirty with the timeline structure of how they're airing it?
What do you mean?
So they're going to do Miami back to back, only be so it's, how it airs after Beverly Hills. So they're gonna have the reunion after the Beverly Hills reunion, but they're gonna have the second part the day after, not a week.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Why? Because they need that slot or something?
No, it's because of Erica's shitty spin-off show.
Oh god.
Oh god.
So they're doing Miami dirty because of Erica.
I can't. I mean, I hate waiting, so the impatient part of me is okay with that, but that's still ridiculous.
But why? But the thing that I fail with Miami, which Candy, I wonder if you have the answer to, is
sure.
Why is it that the ratings bloody suck for Miami? Because they're no longer on Peacock. Yeah, they do. They're a third of Beverly Hills. They're a third of the viewers.
I don't know why.
I kind of feel I think for me, I don't like to compare because I don't think it's fair to compare Miami, who was off the air for 8 years, to Beverly Hills, who's been on the air for 13
consecutively.
Consecutively.
But it's even getting less views than Potomac, which is
that's insane. That's actually insane.
Because so typically Beverly Hills is getting anything from 900 to 1.2 million Potomac
People
is
still
getting
watching that and taking time out of their life to watch Potomac, I will never understand.
but Potomac is getting anything from 500 to 800, and Miami is getting one episode got 380, but typically
Is
400
that
to
real
500.
time or does that include streaming?
It,
Like, what
it's-
analytics are we talking about here? Because I bet you.
this is in terms of like the real time.
Oh, that's who cares? In 2024, please.
I believe it. I believe it's maybe they count Peacock, but the thing is, I don't understand how they would kind of measure that, because in this country we don't do Peacock. We got Hey Use. It's like NBC has different streaming names for different places in the world. It's a bit weird. So it probably is real time, but in terms of like the viewership, though, I mean, I want to see more in terms of Miami. The problem I think they have is that they don't show enough of the right people, and by that I mean I want to see more of Nicole. I want to see more of Kiki, more of Gertie. I don't want
Kiki
to see...
won me over this year, I will say. I was always annoyed by her. I thought she seemed a little too, like, I don't know, on the nose and like just a little too forced. She completely won me over this season.
But in terms of like people such as, I mean, I used to like her, but now I don't like her really at all, and that's Alexia, because she's just gone flip-flopper direction. She's kind of gone to Shamir from Atlanta style. Like, to me,
And Lisa is also awful.
I mean, Lisa is probably, Lisa's even worse than Alexia, but the problem though with a lot of these shows is that the synergy with the cast is just completely off. And by that I mean, like, if you look at, for example, Potomac, I would say ever since really this Mia creature came along.
Oh my gosh!
Like,
creature.
It went.
He goes creature.
It went downhill. I mean, with what they did to Monique, that just, I think literally, you know, and unless you're someone who goes to like Jamel Bryant's church, like, you know, that was just no. I think that hit home for everyone. The Monique season 5, you know. But,
I just feel like that was such a, I feel like that's where they lost people on so many levels, like the cast, and just showing how biased they really were. The fact that they made a point to do all that, and then they let it literally fly on every other show, and they even let it fly on the same show, like, you know. So it's just like, it was such a, it ruined it. It actually ruined it. Because it just made everyone look like just complete full of, you know what, and it just it didn't make it authentic, and it made the network look gross. It just made everyone look bad, and I just kind of fell off. I feel like that's when Robin really started going way downhill. She never really was uphill. But you know what I mean? That's when we saw all the true colors come out, and it never has returned really since. And I just can't with it. I'm just so over all these people. I'm actually over a lot of housewives, unfortunately.
Yeah. Wait, Chelsea, you want to share?
Hey, y'all.
Hi.
Hi. I feel like it's been so long. I keep missing your lives.
It's okay. No problem.
Yes. How are you guys doing? How's everyone doing?
Hey, Charles.
Hey, Tosh. Hey, Adam.
Hey.
I agree with you guys, though. I feel like all of their franchises are kind of like just lackluster. It's just kind of just, you know, they're dwindling, and I think it's the storylines. And I don't know if you guys seen on Watch What Happens Live, Giselle was on there, and how Andy, you know, kind of called her out. Andy, I know it's hard to watch, but like Andy called her out on.
What'd he say? Probably nothing.
There was a viewer question to Giselle about like getting along with the cast, or like being fun again. And Giselle was like, I am fun. And then Andy said something about, you know, there are parts of you that are like not. He said it basically like adamant that you're not going to be cool with basically Wendy and Candace, and she's like, well, you know, we'll talk about that at the reunion. Like we'll work on that. And I'm like, because I feel like she's hearing the backlash of people are tired of this, you know, this like same storyline drama. That's why I feel like I like Miami too, because I feel like it's more authentic with their friendships and they can fight, but then still come together. And that's what I kind of like appreciate about Miami. Besides Larsa being on the cast, I can't really stand her. But I guess you always have to have one person, right? It has to be.
Supposedly, though, according to Kiki, the reunion's supposed to be pretty intense as far as like breakup of friendships that normally are.
The trailer was whack, in my opinion.
Oh, I haven't seen the trailer.
The reunion trailer was whack. It was whack.
I haven't seen it either, but all the deep dive that you've been doing, Candy, on, you know, Kyle and the Mauricio. I do remember you saying like his show on Netflix. I didn't even know he had a show. It was a couple of videos ago, and you said like,
hilarious.
I think that this is just like, you know, like production, like broadcasting. Like, yeah, you definitely called it. I remember, and I was like, what is this? And then they're talking more about it on the Netflix show. But for me, I'm just like, I have no interest, and I don't know if it's because I didn't watch Beverly Hills from the beginning, but I'm kind of like, Kyle, your story is played out. Like, can we? You know what I mean? Like,
no, you're accurate.
When did you start watching Beverly Hills?
The only thing that I would be interested in to see would be the dynamic between Kyle and Dorit, because I think Dorit was Dorit LVP's friend, and then Dorit dropped LVP for Kyle. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Kind of, yes. She was friends with the husband, not her, but yeah.
But wait, I'm so confused.
I saw that.
I loved your deep dive, Candy, with this like investigation station of this mysterious boyfriend. Like, can you please elaborate on this? This is very weird to me.
Not investigation station.
Yeah. So
like,
Joseph Joe Link was a part of Morgan Wade's band called the Step Brothers. And they were together, boyfriend, girlfriend, romantic, whatever the case may be, up until, according to this article, June of 2023, which is less than a year ago.
So the entire time they were filming, she supposedly had this boyfriend?
According to this article, depending on what is right or what's not. Prior to that, allegedly, there's also this girl, Katie Cannon, saying she was with Morgan from November 2021 to August of 2022.
She was on Love Island or something, right?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe she was just looking for her 15 minutes of fame, jumping on a trending topic. I don't know what's going on with the Katie girl. To me, that's a little bit more sus. But the even bigger suspect thing is, so Morgan, all of a sudden, as a, you know, single artist, is blowing up given her proximity to Kyle Richards. The only reason why we're talking about Morgan right now is because of Kyle. In my opinion, the only reason why she's going on tour with Alanis Morissette is because of the fame she got with Kyle. Only reason why she's selling out stuff and doing these videos is because of Kyle. It is what it is. It's a PR relationship. That's what its job is. The job was jobbing.
The job really jobbed.
The job jobbed. What I find super interesting and sus is that her
contract was made.
The contract was made, paid in full. And so, right? paid in full. What I find super sus is her boyfriend, Joseph Joe Link, who was in the band with her, all of a sudden leaves the band to become a real estate agent at Mauricio's company, the agency.
Like, I can't. Like, what? No,
like,
what?
I'm confused, but like, I don't
Candy,
see
I
don't see like my ex-boyfriend joining the company of the husband.
Is this a
of the
group
wife.
PR project? What is going on?
I think it's because, and this is where I think it comes in, I think it's because he was also in her band, and obviously whoever was managing her band most likely is still managing her. And like I always said, it was her team who saw the come up.
You can clock it. I feel like you're just spot on.
Thank
I
you,
feel like
Adam.
I think that they, when it comes to
see what I'm
you
saying?
and like the theories that you make and then how they end up playing out, I
Yep.
think that spot on. I think you're spot on. It's not far fetched.
It's not far fetched. And this is the clutch. If her ex-boyfriend had not been a band member I would give it a little bit more grace. But the fact that I always said it wasn't Morgan who wanted the PR contract with Kyle, it was her team. And since he's a part of the band, then obviously the team is trying to get everybody to come up. And you know what I'm saying?
But what's weird to me is why this
Oh, wait,
guy...
One second, my love. Miss Juice Florida, thank you again. That's so sweet. She goes, Kyle did Kim so wrong. She is like Big Kathy, in my opinion. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And I agree. Kyle did Kim very, very wrong. But let this always be a cautionary tale. The Tom and the Ariana and the Kim and the Kathys and You Stole My Houses. Make sure the paperwork is in order before the demise of the relationships. Make sure everything is written, it's ironclad, everybody understands what the deal is, it is signed, it's notarized, it's paid in full, it's whatever it needs to be to dip it and do it. Make sure it's done, because on Mad Day, you stole my house. On Mad Day, I ain't leaving. So just make sure everything is in order. And thank you so much, Miss Jules Florida. I really appreciate that. Okay, keep going, y'all.
So what I don't get is that this person was part of this band, and in terms of, as you said, out of all places, you choose this company. I mean,
I'm done.
That's not sus at all. I mean, just thinking it rationally, not to discredit the guy, but how many major estate agents like your Hiltons, your Knight Franks, your agencies, whatever, how many of them would be like, sure, let's just hire some random guy from a band to train him up to be an estate agent? I mean, it just sounds like, a deal. You do something for me, I'll help you in some way. I don't know. There's something just unnatural.
I agree.
I think you clocked it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think everybody was just looking for that come up. They were looking for, whatever it is.
Looking for a come up. I think that I agree with you, Candy, when you say I don't think Kyle really, obviously, like we all believe, like it's fake, but she really didn't want the divorce. But the signs of like everything that she was going through, she was hoping that Mo would change. And, unfortunately, I don't think that is going to happen, which is sad. I never want to root for, couples.
Oh my God, the finale when they were like, that's your wife and daughter. And he's like, what? He's like eating like a ham sandwich and like reaching for more dirt. Like, it's like, he could care less. I was like, oh my God.
And then when his daughter started crying, like at the end, the young one, and he was just like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Did he just say that right now?" Like, I don't know.
What's
I feel like
wrong?
I don't like it because I feel like we're being played in our faces. Like, you're saving, like they saved all this tea for his show, so we can go watch his show and get that show ratings. And then someone said like how it also
It's way too strategic.
will help the daughters,
Well,
yeah,
it's kind of insulting. It's kind of insulting, really, because it doesn't matter.
Especially for Kyle, because she's always telling somebody to, hold their truth and, be accountable. Like, this is your life. I have empathy, right? Like, I understand that this is hurtful, especially with her losing a best friend since like childhood and all that. Like, so I understand that. But at the same time, girl, they have all these clips of all these seasons of you saying the same thing and not showing the empathy. And you're like having amnesia, like,
it's too much.
Mad that Sutton's asking you
it's the
questions.
amnesia that gets me. That sends me like into a rage.
It's the lack of accountability for me. Like, it would be different
very much.
Like, because I like to give people grace for like being human and not always being correct in every moment. But the problem with Kyle is that if she would just say, you know what, in the past, I was really messy. And now that the mess is in my house, I understand it and I apologize for the way that I moved. That to me would make me respect her so much, because I don't expect people to be perfect. We've all moved messy and had weird reactions and been hypocritical. Like, if you say you haven't, you're lying. We're human beings. All of us have been messy at some point to greater or lesser degrees. Everybody has. We all been shady, 100%. But it takes a bigger person. It takes a real one to be like, yeah, you know what? I have moved messy in the past. And now that I'm going through it, I see I could have had more compassion for somebody else. Or I see now I have to, you know, live in integrity and do what I expected somebody else to do. Because it could be both ways. One could say, you know what? I should have had more compassion and I'm sorry. Or it could be, you know what? I pushed you and now I'm in that position. I'm going to push myself too. But she's not doing any of that. And that's why I'm just like, Kyle,
well,
if you're gonna come back next year, I want her and Dre to go. Do you guys want to watch this video I found of Morgan talking about her boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Because I can't picture them, and it's very weird to me.
I mean, I don't know what anyone would want to
a visual would be great.
Okay, let me pull it up, y'all. Okay, I'm going to pull you guys down, but stay in the back because I want you guys to stay. Okay?
Okay.
Of course. Of course.
Floyd Fest is now less than 1 week away, and we have had a blast getting a sneak peek at some of the performers you can expect.
Yeah, and today we are excited to welcome Morgan, Wade, and the Step Brothers. All right, so the first thing is, this is a different kind of Step Brothers. This is one word, your band.
We don't want to get mixed up with the movie.
Is that the reason why? Tell us about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it looks right, spaced apart, but you know, maybe that's my word that I spelled wrong.
There you go.
Great.
So yeah.
Yeah,
You know, but yeah.
I love that. So let's introduce your band. Who do you have with you?
I got Mr. Drew Sprinkle right here on lead guitar. We got Benji Wagner back here on drums, Ed McGee on bass, and this is my wonderful man right here. I can't remember your name, Joe Link.
I love that.
Nice.
So how did you guys get your start?
I mean, he broke up with me, so I wrote a song to get him back. It worked. That's been a few years now. So that's kind of how that started. And I formed a band, you know, to get him back.
Yes.
And that
And
worked.
is it true, like I was reading on your website, is it true that you put in a Craigslist ad?
I did. That's how I got Ed over
Sweet.
here. And then got these two guys, about a year and a half ago? Started playing with you guys? So yeah, now
It's
things
quite
are really-
dangerous, but I'm really glad that it worked out for you.
It was the smartest thing for a 19-year-old girl to do.
Yeah,
Perfect.
gosh.
Yeah.
So you have an album out.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Puppets with My Heart came out in January.
Perfect.
So,
January of this year?
Yeah.
Very cool. So are you recording?
Yeah, hopefully in the later fall, early winter, gonna work on some new stuff. So
Very cool. And of course, you have some shows coming up you have one show coming up before Floyd Fest.
Yeah.
At Martin's, is that right?
Yeah, tomorrow night. Yeah, we got a band from Kentucky coming in that we're buddies with. C2 and the Brothers Reed, they're coming in, and we're gonna play with them tomorrow night. So.
And this is your second year performing in Floyd Fest?
Second year, yeah.
How exciting. I mean, that's got to be a cool feeling to get asked back.
Yeah, no, we were excited to be there last year, so we were definitely excited to be back. And the lineup this year is crazy, so I'm going to fangirl really hard this year.
I like that.
So, yeah.
Well, other people will be fangirling over you. So what are you going to be performing for us today?
This is our latest single, Carry Me Home.
So yeah, that's her quote. Wonderful man. I was shooketh. I didn't know Morgan was into dudes. I mean, I don't care what people are into, do you, boo boo? But what do you guys think?
I thought Ed was cute.
I don't
I'm
know.
shocked
if
by
it
her
was
man.
because
I'm shocked.
he was- Let's see him.
I can't.
Did she get lip fillers? I have lots of questions.
I mean, she's in Beverly Hills now. Now let's see what her man looks like today. Very different. Very different. But I gotta say, like, maybe it's because she was on camera but she seemed really nervous. But to me, even in that, there was more sexual chemistry between her and Joe than I've ever seen between her and Kyle. She was like nervous and like forgot his name. This is my wonderful man. She calls Kyle her stalker. Doesn't like to touch her. Like, come on.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like, get out of here. This is my wonderful man. She stalked me. Like, come
she was
on.
like, I've made a band to get him back and blah blah.
Yeah, I wrote
and
a song
she's like,
to
this
get
is my
him back.
stalker.
It's been good and blah. Like, that to me is a girl who's like in love. She's like left him for last and like forgot his name and was all like cute, like telling their story and like, this is my wonderful man. Like, I was like, oh my God, so cute. And obviously she was like nervous, you know, to be on like a little show and everything. But to me, that was more, that was more like love in that 2-minute clip that I've seen in this last 2 fake year relationship with Kyle and Morgan. I don't care what nobody says, it's fake.
Wait, okay,
in my opinion.
Okay, I'm just curious.
Okay.
Not a new Southern accent, Kenny.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So Cabby, when we see this Morgan, when we see Morgan on the backstage at Watch What Happens Live, because when you sent me that sus video the other week, and I was just like, she was there, and then she's there again. Is that part of their contract that she teams with her, like whenever they go to New York, or is because there is something strange?
This is what I think happened. I think that the contract was up, and I think that they tried to split, like they tried to like dissolve their friendship, whatever it was. This is when you saw Morgan delete everything from Instagram except for like one post saying, oh no, I'm a musician, I'm promoting myself. Girl, stop lying. You just wanted to clear Kyle out. And when Kyle was for real, and then when Kyle was on Just Lewis being like, she's just one chick in the rotation. She was like, I text a lot of people. She's like, she's just one chick.
We're like what?
I was like, I'm so confused. I thought Morgan was like your homegirl tattooing each other. What this
like
and
best
third, right?
friends, yeah.
Exactly. She was like, that's just one chick in the rotation. And then we got Kyle wearing the Umansky, sweatshirt or hoodie, whatever the hell it was, right before the reunion, calling the paparazzi on herself. She's defending Mauricio. Oh, well, he didn't come to the, service of life because of this and blah, 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 blah. And I can't imagine my life out. So we're getting this new narrative about Kyle kind of warming to Mauricio and defending him and wearing her Umansky stuff, kind of going that. But then we also kind of get this undercurrent of backlash because now John Q. Public is like, what the hell? All of a sudden after the reunion, now you guys are broken up. Oh my God, are you guys fighting? Blah, 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 blah. And I think because Morgan has the new music she's promoting, her new merchandise drop, she has the tours with Alanis Morissette, I think that they were fearful that as quickly as we bring you up, we will show you drop you all the way back down to hell. So I think they were fearful that if they broke up, it would be backlash. And that's why now they're overcompensating with like the whole Dumas blind items, and they're doing a sexy magazine shoot. And all of a sudden, Morgan is now doing PDAs. When before, when you see a picture of Kyle and Morgan, Morgan's hands are always like behind her back.
Literally.
And now all of a sudden she's rubbing her butt.
Very weird.
Get out of here.
You're right.
Like, at least try and pretend to be normal, because the way you're showing us it's fake is how abnormal now you're acting. All of a sudden Morgan's grabbing Kyle's butt and Kyle's kind of looking like, wait, what? Morgan's like, listen, I'm not having my career blow up in flames because
I didn't do this for nothing.
I didn't do this for nothing. That's what I think is really happening. And that's why they're shoving it in our face. Dumas blind items, magazine cover coming out, touching her butt at Watch What Happens Live. Like, you're doing the most, people.
Yeah, I think it's just another example of them thinking we're dumb and then them realizing we're not dumb and having to do a little plan B action.
Did you guys watch the Watch What Happens Live on the cringiest moment when Ariana, is it Ariana from Miami? You guys?
Yes, I saw that. That was so weird.
And she was like, oh, by the way, Kyle's not the only one with a girlfriend. Like, basically mine's in the audience, but she didn't want to admit it. And I was like, so she's basically calling her out. I was like, leave it to, you know, Adriana to do that. I just thought it was so cringy, but also
Who
kind
was
of
that
funny at the same
lady?
time. I don't know.
I mean, it's
But I
Adriana.
was like,
God knows.
I know Andy doesn't like. I can just tell Andy doesn't care for her. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
poor
and he was
girl.
like, anyways, like she was
Yeah.
like doing like this whole performance of it all, and she thought like we would all be like, oh my god, but really no one cared. And Andy was
Yeah.
like, so anyway,
Yeah, and it was just like because Kyle they haven't said it yet. Like that's her girlfriend. But when Adriana was like, "Oh, Kyle's not the only one with a little girlfriend," I'm like, leave it to her to just, you know,
Yeah.
cat's out the bag to be like,
she's
yeah,
one I
it
can't
was
stand.
cringe. It was cringe.
Yeah,
She's very bitter and thirsty and sad.
I mean,
I
she's
know.
thirsty.
Throwing
But
it out there.
I like it though that she's spilling it out when it comes to Alexia hiding her truth. That's the one
Yeah,
thing.
but it comes to a point where it's just like,
yeah, but no one else is calling it out. I mean,
get a new personality though.
But
I mean,
aside from that though, like I agree. I mean, but wait, so in terms of this whole situation though, this guy randomly works with Mauricio. I mean, are we gonna see him on Blind Beverly Hills?
That would be a twist, right?
that's what I thought. I was
That
like,
would
that's
be
what
a
I actually
twist.
thought that was happening. I was like, that is out of control.
I mean, if it's a coincidence, it's one big coincidence. Of all the agencies in all of the world, he picks Mauricio's right during the same exact time that Kyle and Morgan are in this like whirlwind. It just seems suspicious to me. And this is the thing. I think if he really was just, I think he is a real estate agent now because I don't think he wants to do the music anymore. But like, I would think I would pick any other agency other than the agency.
I wouldn't want to work for a company that kind of is known for some sus stuff because because I don't know if you guys ever watched $1 Million List in Los Angeles, but I used to watch that show all the time, and there are these two British guys who were partners.
Are they brothers?
No, they're best friends from.
I thought they were brothers too. I was like, what's going on here?
I could have sworn they were brothers.
No, they're best friends.
Okay.
And they were partners at the agency instead of just like a regular broker. They were like partners, and they've left his firm, and they're now partnering with like a rival firm. And these were like people who had like proper loyalty to the agency. The guys' wives are friends with Kyle somehow. I don't know why people want to be friends with her, but low-key, that's a different topic. But no one everyone keeps on leaving the place. I mean, it's got a high turnaround, and as you say, even his own daughter, or the way that he's kind of spilling it out, his non-blood daughter was like, you know, we need to change some things here. We're charging people too much money in terms of the commission and what have you. But I don't know, in terms of buying Beverly Hills, I'm so confused because the whole thing last series was that Alexia was with one of the agents. I think his name was Joey, the one who said that when they had sex in Mauricio's car. And from the trailer that you showed, it seemed like they're no longer together, and she doesn't want to do deals with him. Like it's like it seems a bit all over the place. I don't know.
It's very juvenile. Like I said, it gives MTV, not Netflix to me. And there's no like hot guys.
I'm not interested. You just go hot guys.
Yeah, I'm in my like Sonia era. Like, oh, Luann, we need some hot guys. Like,
oh my gosh.
There isn't any smoke shows. There's no eye candy. I'm just like, what am I watching?
I know.
Not interested.
All right,
sorry.
You guys, we have 5 more minutes because I have to go work on my podcast. So, in the last 5 minutes, because today I spent the entire day at the grocery store.
That's so funny.
It's
I'm
like
leaving
a
the grocery
mission.
store right now.
No, oh my gosh. It's like a full day.
See, I get tired of my ADHD and I just end up doing loops and I'm like, I need to get out of here. And then I end up going home and forgetting half of it.
No, oh no, I got the whole list on my phone. I gotta check it off. Like, no, like we don't leave no man behind. This is a mission. Anyway. And then I always gotta do 2 trips, gotta do one with all the food, and then I go back to get like all my water. It's a deal. It's a sitch. Anywho, I have one F Marry Kill for everybody, but these people are courtesy of Adam.
Yes.
So FMK.
Adam's obsessed with this.
Diana Jenkins, Teddy Mellencamp, or The Foot, Anna Marie Wiley. So let's go from the bottom up. So we'll start with Chelsea.
Okay, you guys, can I be skipped? As I was walking out the grocery store, I had to pass by Girl Scout cookies. I already bought like 5 boxes yesterday. So you guys go first, and then I'm gonna be last. Sorry.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Go Natasha, because I know Adam loves.
Wait, can you say them again? Sorry.
Mm-hmm. It's Diana Jenkins. It's Teddy Mellencamp. And it's Anne Marie Wiley for FMK.
That's ridiculous. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh.
Amy goes, no, puke. And no, not up and Adam, our Adam, who's right here.
I'm running for the hills and joining a convent. Goodbye with that.
She says, LOL, okay. Mwah. Thank you, sweetheart.
I'll take it away.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start. Since you guys are scared. I'm obviously going to take out Diana Jenkins. She can go into the inferno where she belongs. And I'm going to have to marry Teddy.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm gonna marry
The
Teddy.
inheritance.
I'm gonna marry Teddy. It'll be a quickie, but I'll marry her. And then I'm going to shag Anna Marie because I feel like we wouldn't have to do anything because she'd be so like clinical and she can just like sit on the edge and like I'll sit on the edge. And then I'll just be like, talk to me from like an anatomy book, dirty, because you're a nurse, doctor, RN, anesthesiologist, practitioner, non-practitioner, social worker, Medicare, Medicaid person. I don't know. So it would be that. You guys go.
All right, I'll go because I'll let them think. Okay.
Wait, Amy says she's gonna take out Teddy. She's gonna shag Diana, and she's gonna marry 8.5 and tell her she's a 10. Aww, that's really sweet, Amy. Hey, Darren.
Okay. All right. So, I sent you these. These were ruthless. Okay, so I will kill.
Adam is way too excited.
He loves this.
I will kill Diana Jenkins the Beg. I mean, I mean, she can't even handle sarcasm, so there's no way she should. And with her background,
yeah,
she can go and join the rats and the SUES. Me, like, and you know what, I would do one of those kind of marriages that kind of like were picked out of like a lucky hat or something, like, you know, if they were the last people on the planet. And that would be the Nat, because thank you for the inheritance. That's what I had to say.
There you go.
And 8.5. I mean, I can wear a blindfold in bed. I don't know. Like,
ooh, not a blindfold.
Because I'm sorry, but it's the same with Morgan. I don't. There's some odd disposition. I mean, you know, she's far from. she's far from the top quality fabric. I mean, in terms of all three of these, none of these are the top quality fabric in terms of looks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd much rather have fun with the likes of Kenya Moore over any of these three, or Lala Kent.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any dude ones?
He sent some, but I didn't have time for today, you guys.
Because
grocery store.
Yes.
Honestly, how many hours? I'm just curious.
Oh no, like full day. Like I would say from like.
Like, do you have a lunch break?
No. What do you mean a lunch break? I'm getting the food.
No, but like all day. Like, what do you mean? I just don't get it. Like, what do you mean?
So I go to the grocery store.
Wait, is there like a Walmart that's like a maze or something?
How long are you physically in there?
No, Wegmans. I'm in there for like
Wegmans is a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, hour and a half isn't as bad. I thought you're in there for like 4 hours or something. You said all day. I'm like, what?
It is. It's an all day thing.
Anyway,
Anyway,
do you go to the cafe and get a lunch break? You could.
Natasha, we're waiting for your source. We want to know who you're going to have fun with. That one is free.
I mean, I'm not really into chicks or any of these witches, so like, I don't know what you want me to do.
Not witches.
It's very hard. It's very hard. Okay,
so there's all that.
I would marry Diana with no prenup and then divorce. I would marry Diana, no prenup, no divorce, and I get some money out of her, right? Teddy
yeah, but you might end up in a river or something.
Listen, I'm gonna do it very discreetly. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get with Sutton, and I'm gonna figure out how I make it work, and then and then I'll break it off with Diana later. And Teddy can go. I've heard like nothing positive about Teddy, and then 8.5 I'll keep around. And did you guys also hear how she like tried to?
I'll keep around.
Keep around, but she tried to.
She tried to what?
She tried to up her when she said her husband rated her a 9. I was like, babe,
girl, no,
you're not helping. I was like, literally, when she was on Watch What Happens Live, I was like, Anne Marie, if you don't just
she doesn't get it.
Like, you don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, your husband should not be, and it just like upsets me because I don't like men like that. Like, you're supposed to uplift
me
your
neither.
wife. You're so insecure and puny that you don't like, because let's face it, like Anne Marie does not look bad, and I feel like
no, she doesn't.
The inside of you can make your your outer side just look ugly, and it's like my husband only thinks I'm an 8.5. How would she act if she knew her husband thought she was a 10? It's like psychological issues that way. I don't like that, and I don't like men like that. And his stuff that they decided to keep out of the show, it's just like it's just I don't like that. So 8.5. I hope she doesn't come back. I feel like Beverly Hills is good with like their one and dones, right? Like Diana was one. She's gonna be one. Who else is there? There's a couple. I didn't watch from the beginning, but
Carson, Joyce.
Yeah, there's a couple. They're just like one and done. So hopefully,
Carlton was only one.
Unfortunately, yes. Because
I think Carlton was only one. I think Kyle got her fired.
Yeah, she did.
For real?
Oh, and good thing, Candy, before you go, I love that you clocked the tea on Erica, Miss Jane over there, because, like you said, we have to compartmentalize our feelings with her, right? Like she's showing her true characters, like her true character, with her, trying to, how you were saying accountability with Kyle, and like how it seemed like that's what Erica was kind of doing with her friend group. But then the whole thing with the earrings came out, and she's like, haha, like, give me my apology. And it's like, Erica, you're still not understanding. And not only that, but you have this spinoff show coming. So it's like, of course, let me rebrand like my character of how I was from last season, because you were so ugly last season. We need people to like you this season, so they will therefore watch your spinoff show. Like, I have no interest in watching Erica's spinoff show. Like,
I mean, who does?
None.
I feel like they're really dragged. Like, it's bad, and that's why I like Miami, because of the friendship. I just feel like all of Bravo. I mean, I don't think you've ever talked about Married to Medicine. We don't have to, but that friend dynamic is getting nasty. It's just nasty.
I can't stand
TV.
Sweet Tea. I'm sorry, Sweet Tea.
It's just nasty TV, like all the way around. Like Wenda and y'all, not me calling her Necky.
Oh my God. Y'all are in cahoots now. You got nicknames.
Wendy and Nikki. I'm like that should have been a collab.
Neki is hilarious. Good old neck.
Nikki is so funny.
Me and neck go way back.
I mean, there was this rumor that was recently put out there about Married to Medicine allegedly getting cancelled or put on pause.
I hope so.
I mean, I don't know if that's actually ever going to happen because literally half these things are just like all talk and what have you. But I mean, I mean, people are saying that for Mariah to join. I mean, Carlos King was saying that Mariah should join Roa. I don't know.
Mariah should join Roa.
Or they?
Yeah.
No.
Is there a Roa anymore? Like.
No, I don't think Mariah should join Royal. I think Mariah should do, if she returns to reality TV, she should do a different show.
But what? Because that kind of was like her identity kind of got stolen because unfortunately she didn't see the right lawyers, which really sucks for her. Because I'm honest about her. Like I didn't really like her, but I respect her because to make a show like that, fair play. It wasn't a show that kind of was like just a random show. Like there was actually like when that show there was proper synergy, with her and Quad and what have you. But now like I don't know in terms of if you had to say like the shows on Bravo that you find the most bearable to watch, as you said, they're all kind of going down some spiral hole or whatever. Which shows would you say you find bearable to watch?
I'm into Southern Hospitality, and
you need to talk about that, Candy.
I do. I need to find the right hook. I
might
hook? Watch hook as in I don't want to just do like a review. I want to find like I want to find a hook like. I think
an angle,
a hook. Like I think it'll be like I think my hook is gonna be like 5 types or 3 types of toxic female friendships according to Southern Hospitality, the Maddie edition, and like break down her friendships with each of the women and how they're sort of like toxic female friendships. That type of.
I want to break down her lying and weirdness and how she's violent and
that'll be baked in, like Maddie.
And what is Joe's deal?
Joe's another cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I'm not buying this whole like, I'm just like a people pleaser and I just like want to help everybody.
No, I think he's selfish and he's drinking his own
Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Is it?
Hey, Miss Jules. You guys, I was supposed to be gone.
I know.
Okay.
But
okay. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's the Southern Hospitality's episodes like actually full of drama.
It's like a throwback to Vanderpump.
Because honestly, when they were in Miami and doing butt shops, that was gross.
Because
I mean, they're nasty, but it was a
no
throwback.
idea about the show until
I was like, what is going on?
Until Candy told me about it like a week and a half ago. Like literally, the show, because aside from the Housewives, only Vanderpump and Married to Medicine really have ever been. Like we've never had, for example, like Stars of Sunset aired this way or anything like that. Because I literally never heard of the show until you told me 10 days ago. So I will give it a go because I'll just watch it on my Hey You, which is the Peacock equivalent over here.
Yeah.
And
I'm done.
Is it a type of show that like I have to go from season 1, episode 1, or can I join in the fun of season 2?
I mean, I'm the type of person where I would watch season 1 because I'm like a sleuth. So if we're in season 2, I need to know everything that was said, not
Yeah,
said,
I can't be
how it was
left
said,
out
and when
of
it was
the
said
joke. Yeah.
from season
All right.
1 so that I can understand how the dynamics are now. But that's just me because I'm
Adam,
weird and I'm always wearing a candy cane cap.
Adam, I don't watch the show, but I don't know how, but the reunion came on recently, and I watched it, and I was like, this seems kind of interesting. And I was like, who is this Maddie chick that's lying like no other? So when you guys talk about Maddie, it seems pretty interesting. So I might dive into that before.
Well, the first
start
season was
because that
cheesy because it was like, okay, you're trying to be Vanderpump Rules, we get it. But now we're like, okay, compared to everything else, they actually are coming from authentic friendships. Like
Yeah.
these people do know each other.
because
They
Natasha
aren't
got
just
me
like
into
put
Southern
together.
Charm.
Yeah.
Because Natasha got me into Southern Charm, and I started it from whatever season she recommended. She didn't say I had to start from the start, but I got into it, and it got pretty mad because you had that Taylor Psycho person, and I felt bad for Olivia. But I mean, but I
Wait,
I
you
haven't
guys,
seen...
I need some help. Side note.
Okay.
I need to record an episode of my Soft Life podcast. I had a pre-planned topic, but I just decided that I don't want to do that topic.
Right.
So what should I talk about? What's a good episode topic?
In regards to
Pinky Shy, what are you talking about? Candy, you're better than this. Explain yourself.
What?
What? Anyway, so what's a good topic?
Yeah.
That was
You
weird.
just want to know like a topic from like a Bravo show, or
Oh no, let me give context. So I also do a podcast called The Soft Life, and it's all about wellness and self-care and self-love and like mindset. And so I was gonna do.
I feel like you already did one on Toxic Friends.
I did do on Toxic Friends.
You
Hey,
did
Miss
like
Jewel.
a million.
Yep.
Hey,
You guys
Miss
come up with
Jules.
any, let me know. But Miss Jules, sound off. You go, girl.
Hey.
This
Miss
is
Jules, you're on
confusing
mute.
for me. It's
There you go.
enjoyable, but confusing.
Hey, girl.
Hey, sweetheart. You want to sound off?
Listen, the whole thing with Kyle, it's been years, and she's being called out now, and she can't handle it. I'm just saying.
Agreed. 100%.
100%.
You know, so we need to get on with this and move on. And who's next? Let's go with that. Just saying.
Exactly. I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I can't with the current status quo. Let's just play it that way.
You know, Miss 8.5 from a medical professional. I've been a respiratory therapist for 30 years. I intubate kids on a daily basis. Her calling people out on this shit, no. Girl, you should have kept your mouth shut because that's personal.
Yeah.
That's personal shit. That's HIPAA. I'm just saying. You ain't doing anything good for anybody.
Yep.
Including herself and her career.
Exactly. Her career's blown now.
I mean, she had the whole, like, literally licensing agency call her out. So, like, I don't know.
Exactly,
like, where
because
you go
she
from
kind
there.
of pretended to be a doctor.
Real weird. It's like,
oh my god.
And we in the know, no, she wasn't. So there's that. I'm just saying, y'all. I enjoy your show, Candy. It's great. I love it. I watch all your episodes.
Oh, thank you.
I'm very rarely on live because, well, I work nights, but I got called off tonight, so here I am.
Aww.
Yay.
Yay.
Glad you made
Lovely.
it.
Hey, I just wanted to interject some happiness. Love y'all.
Love ya.
Have a good night, babies.
You too.
You
I
too.
appreciate you. Thank you for your
Bye.
super chats. I
Bye.
appreciate it. Bye. Pinky
Oh, what a
says, I have
sweetie.
always, I know, so sweet. Thank you so much, Miss Jules Floyd. I've always enjoyed your content. You have usually had tea for us to discuss. Okay, thank
I'm
you,
so
Pinky.
confused.
I'm so
Wait,
confused.
you don't think there's tea? I'm
I was
confused.
confused, Pinky. Pinky, we love you. Just explain what you meant by
But what
better
is she
than
better
this.
than? Yeah, I'm confused because there definitely was tea
Yeah.
tonight. I'm just
Yeah, it sounds like Pinky's got some tea to tell us.
did you miss the
Do you have
beginning?
any tea for us, Pinky? We love you too. We love you. We love that you're a
Yeah,
candy
fill us in,
cane. So
Pinks.
if there's something going on, let us know. We love you, Pinky. You're
What's
welcome
going
here.
on?
Chelsea
All
had to
good.
go.
It's all
Oh.
good. All good, Pinky. If there's something going on, let me know. Because I was like, what happened? I was like, what do you mean?
What happened?
Yeah, I was like, what happened?
Where's that from?
I don't know, but I was like, what happened? So if something happened, Pinky, let me know. Because I didn't know.
Maybe she
what
was
going on.
kidding.
Yeah, maybe it was. Oh, good night, Chelsea. And
night,
Miss Jewel says her soft life is wonderful. Aw, thank you. Thank you,
Wait,
sweetheart.
so Candy, are we going to review Buying Beverly Hills, or like, is it
I
not worth your time
mean,
to
we're
review?
definitely going to review episode 1 to 2. And then
You know
we're going
what?
to see how it goes. Because I want to see like what thank you, Virgo Queens. As always, appreciate you, Candy. We love your topics. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you too. I appreciate that.
Candy, I thought of a topic that I could use.
Yes. Please help
How
me.
to like what's the word I'm looking for? Like kind of like minimize your life, like get rid of things that no longer like not just like I'm talking about like actual items, like clothes and just like things that like are from your past and you're like, should I have nostalgia for? Should I get rid of? I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe like streamline. Like I need to definitely minimize. I have a problem.
Yeah.
You mean like minimal living?
Yeah, like kind of like feel like lighter
Pinky
and
Miss
like
Kyle. Woo! We figured it out. She says Kyle. Oh, I think she meant Kyle. You can do better. Got it. Okay. Thank you, Pinky. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm all over the place. Go ahead.
me too. So I don't even take offense when other people do it at all.
I get what you're saying. Like, I think it's like how to.
You know those women that have like those perfect closets that just like have like everything.
What?
I'm like, how is that everything that they have? You know
mean
what
like
I
Heaven to
mean?
Brew? You mean like Heaven to
Yeah.
Brew?
Like they just have like, okay, like I just moved into the chic apartment and then these are all my items. I'm like, where's everything else? Like is it in a storage or like I just have a problem getting rid of stuff.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
like I know
that's the
that
problem, though.
Marie whatever or like the latest one is like the Scandinavian one, but like I don't know, just from like a kind of like you're like soft life kind of I got it together kind of girl vibe, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like where you move and you're not tied down to all your material things, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of like streamline your stuff.
I have a couple episodes that I think would be good for that. And I'll DM you that because I did one on like slow living and another one. But I think this is good. It's almost like how to minimize your life and live with like intention.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like only have the things that you actually really like that make you feel good and like stop like just having stuff. I don't know. Cause sometimes, you know, like when things it's been like a hard couple of years for most of us. And so like, I don't know, for me, unfortunately, sometimes I buy dumb stuff when I'm feeling.
Yeah.
What's dumb stuff?
No, just like buy stuff I don't need or like buy clothes or I went vintage shopping a little bit too often. And like, you know, and now I don't know. I feel like, like how do you, I don't know. I feel like I lost track of like, you know, streamlining.
Yeah. Wait, one
Like,
second. Thank you so much, Pinky, for the super sticker. That's so sweet. And thank you for, I was like, what did I do? But you meant Kyle. That makes way more sense now.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
We were like, what?
I was like, what happened?
There's a big difference between Candy and Kyle.
Yeah, I was like, oh no. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. And that's a good topic.
I don't know how to say it. I don't feel like I'm
life.
articulating it correctly.
No, I know what you mean. Like sort
But
of
you know
like
those women just have it together and you're like,
Yeah.
God, how is there like stuff like that? Like everything is color coordinated. They only have 3 white shirts, you know what I mean? But they're the most perfect white shirts. Like I might have a perfect white shirt, but then I have like these semi okay ones, you know, like that I like try to make work.
I know. I'm gonna call it the minimalist guide to living with intention.
Yeah.
The
I wish I could be minimalist.
The minimalist guide.
Because then you're lighter, and I feel like it just like
living
affects your energy and
100%.
yeah.
And like something I do, like not so much for like the minimalism, but like think about things you've picked up or things that have been given to you, and you're like, I don't know if the energy of this I want.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to be like get rid of clear that stuff out too.
Yeah, my friend actually yelled at me because I have a gift of someone who wasn't great, but like I like it.
Cleanse it, pray over it or something.
But I want it. Like
or toss
I don't
it.
know.
You can pray over it.
Yeah. Whatever.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It would be the trash if it was me.
But it's a record player.
Oh, that's really sweet. Well, think about why you want to throw it away. Or why you don't.
But I don't really think of him when I look at it though. I don't even think of like anyone, but I just don't want it to carry energy. I have a coat and like this bag that was like given. It was like kind of like from a thing they did, and it was like related to Karl Lagerfeld. And it was kind of like, it's called like, I don't know. And I just like kind of liked it like a tote. So I washed it a few times and like hopefully it went down the drain.
It'll be fine.
I don't know. I'm the worst when it comes to this stuff. I need like some like really strict like Scandinavian woman to come in my room and just be like out, out, out. And I'll be like, okay, but can I have some of your clothes? Because they can dress, those Scandinavians. Anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I didn't explain it well, but yeah, kind of like what you said, because it kind of affects our energy. When you have it clean, it's like you're working with intention. Like I have the clothes, everything I have, I love, But then again, I'm messy, and what if I like spill something on it? Then I'm devastated because I'm like, I love that. Now I only have one.
Buy a backup.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, what were we gonna say, Ads?
I was just gonna say, what's the time? Are you back in? You're not in Cali right now, are you, Candy? Or you?
No, I'm now back upstate.
Okay, so you're only 5 hours. You're only 5 hours behind me. Okay, good. More on the same. Okay. So next time when you go live, we have the other 2 FMKs to do.
Yes, we do.
Oh my God, Adam, I need you to go take this game to your group of friends because I feel like you missed out of this chapter in your adolescence. That
you weren't here the other night. The other night, Candy gave voluntarily on her own book, and it was banter. It was so banter, and it was on another level. I mean, one was Simon Kabati.
Oh my God! I picked them, but I did it for you, Adam. I did it for you.
Of course, but it was Simon Kabati out of all people. It was so priced.
Wait, time out. Doesn't he have like 8 names, and he's like a kind of like a fraudster, McFraudster?
Well, the guy can't can't get an American passport. Is supposedly that's why she's divorcing him, and other reasons. But,
and she like found out he was like the fraudiest of all the frauds.
Well, people gave her the warning signs, so she didn't find out. She pretended not to acknowledge. Like literally, people told her, but she refused to listen.
She just like thought she was like getting the bag.
Change your entire life is what you say. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But yes,
I'm like that girl going, yeah.
We got more of those in the pipeline because the other ones I sent you are ruthless. So yes, but we've got the reunion tomorrow of both Beverly Hills and Miami. I have my low expectations, but I will still give it a try. And I don't know if it's airing right now, but isn't it Your Way Vanderpump's on there or something? But you said you guys have fully tuned out. You're not going to give season 11 any.
I mean, I'll give it another go. It's like good background music, but like I can't devote any extra.
I'm not gonna be like urgent about it. I'm not gonna be like, oh,
yeah.
Like it's not like I'm rushing to watch it, you know.
Yeah, and anybody who has any topic ideas, DM me or email me, and we can definitely cover them. Any pop culture or true crime or conspiracy. We can do anything.
What do you think's happening with Wendy right now?
Bravo now. Oh, my heart. I mean, there's a part of me that thinks somebody voodooed her. Like it's more than just
right
what's going on. Like I saw a couple of TikToks of people talking about like spiritual work against her. Maybe that is a part of this. I definitely think she's been exploited financially, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Because it seems like there's something deeper going on than just her, lymphoma stuff or Graves, and I don't know. It just seems something.
Did you watch the documentary?
I didn't watch it yet because I gotta get
either.
in my own energy right to watch it just from all the clips I saw. So exactly, Vaca. She seems really sick. Yep. And her diagnosis is so sad. So it's like I have to be prepared.
I saw this clip of her and what's her face? Black China. And she was just like, she was sitting there, she's like, you always were nice, I'll be here for you. And then all of a sudden you look at her and she goes, I'm Wendy Hunter. That is my name.
She's talking to Black China.
Yeah.
Or to Stephanie. Yeah, she was like, I'm Wendy Hunter. And she's like, I'm divorced. Mm-hmm.
Oh, no,
he doesn't have any money. Yeah. Or Angela. Yeah.
Angela. Yeah. And it was just very weird.
She was diagnosed with dementia and aphasia as well. It's very similar, if not the same, as Bruce Willis. It's just so sad.
Yeah,
and that's right.
Very sad.
Her son even came out and said it was
brain stuff freaks me out.
Because of
I heard that dementia is called diabetes 3 countries.
I saw that. I saw that TikTok too. It's like diabetes 3, and it's like the insulin blocks access to the memories. It's not that the memories are gone. They just
so we gotta all watch our sugars, guys.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Your Way that like they add sugar and everything or something? Like...
I mean, America does. Whenever Europeans come to Europe or America, the first thing they say is your bread's sweet, and it is because there's sugar in everything. It's really awful.
I'm not trying to be shady, but American chocolate is like F tier.
I mean, our food is poison, so I don't know what much. It's tastier than yours.
American chocolate sucks.
Yeah, American chocolate is not great because our there's like poison in it, and our dairy kind of is crap too. But as far as like, we can't really get started on your food, sweetie. Like, let's not go there.
Our food is classic. I mean, you it's an acquired taste, so you know.
What is this for real? Like, no, Adam.
I mean, you know, it's
Vaca agrees with me.
It's a delicate cuisine, but it's a
delicate. I'm done. He just called British food a delicate cuisine.
Is it even food?
Right.
I didn't know cardboard was cuisine.
Oh my god! Who steals all the spices from India and then doesn't use them?
Who steals every piece of culture from every other culture? Sorry.
We've got one of the most iconic fish dishes on the planet.
Adam's getting fired up.
Mashy peas. Y'all should be arrested for mashy peas. Like, I'm calling the cops if I see a mashy pea near me.
I mean, British food. I mean, you know, you can't go wrong with strawberries and cream. I mean, you know,
You
Like
think
a
you
child,
created
like
that?
a child.
The
You
delusion.
can't go wrong with strawberries and cream.
He's like, you can't go wrong with oxygen. It's like, stop.
Only two ingredients. One is naturally occurring strawberries.
Like, you're the only one who has cream. Get out of here.
You can't go wrong with strawberries and cream.
I mean,
You think that's British food? Strawberries and cream.
That's just food, babe.
What are you
can't
talking
go wrong
about?
with water and lemon.
have you guys had Sunday
So
trifle?
creative.
Whoa, excuse me. You just put me in my place.
So delicate.
Oh,
so exquisite.
A trifle is on point though. Like nothing beats a British trifle.
A what?
A what?
Have you never heard of a trifle?
A tricor?
A trifle.
Is that like a military thing?
Can you please spell it?
Okay,
Use it in a sentence.
Use it in a sentence.
Tricor.
Trifle. T.
A truffle.
FLE.
Trifor?
Is that with an I? It's truffle with an I.
Kind of, yes. But
Are you making this up?
When you said tricor,
I said
wait,
trifle.
try. Why am I actually googling this, you guys? I gotta go.
This looks disgusting. Are you serious? It's like you think you're the only one who has these weird pudding things. Get out of here. And we call it pudding, by the way. With this is weird. Stop it. It's like literally that your mom's layered weird dish that she brings to a party of it's in a clear bowl and it's got cream and you put stuff it's layered. Stop.
Mm-hmm.
And you think that's gonna turn this around? Stop.
I'm trolling. Oh god.
You're like, I'm gonna really show them. Look up a trifle. It's like, Adam.
The fact I got Candy to actually
Look, Adam, you're trolling me. I'm on to you. I'm on to you, son. I'm on to you, kid.
I'm looking at the English version. It's even worse than the other versions.
Please. Don't play games.
Yeah, it's just cream layered with berries. He needs to stop. Egg yolks, I'm done. Adam, it's okay. Delusion is a disease, but hopefully we can get you through this.
This is so funny.
Goodness.
Tricor. A tricor?
Tricor.
It's a trifle. It's a trifle. It's a nice thing.
Y'all are killing me. Yeah, this is fun.
I mean, it's banter. It's banter. You know, I mean,
not for nothing, Adam will defend his country's cuisine, even if it's absolutely gutter trash.
Even if it's
you gotta appreciate his loyalty at least.
I know, so good.
His patriotism toward his absolute trash. The world agrees with us. Do you know that? The world, the entire world. There's not one country on this planet that doesn't agree with us. And the fact that you took over the whole world and you couldn't pick up any cuisine tips. Stop. It's really weird.
It's so funny.
Oh god, that made me literally cry from laughing. All right, I gotta go. So does Candy.
Me too.
All right, bye guys.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Shout out to my beautiful panel. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Miss Jules from Florida. Shout out to everybody in the chat box. Thank you, Baka. Thank you, Miss Jules. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Pinky. Thank you, Miss T. Thank you, everybody. If I missed you, thank you, Butterfly. Thank you, Virgo Queen. Love you guys. As always, have fun, take care, and I will see you next time. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you on the flip. If you have any requests for topics or anything you want me to cover, send me a DM or email me. Everything is linked down below. And shop our collection. That's also down below. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Love you. Bye.